Hey, didn't see you there. Hello, welcome to It's a Long Story. A place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we play with lead-based paint. In the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Estera. Welcome, most of New Moon. The others will be joining us as the session progresses. But for the rest of you, please take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Hello.
I have a dog chewing in the background. He says hi.
Hello. Hello, dog. What is name of dog?
Colin.
Colin?
Colin Robinson.
Colin Robinson. Beautiful.
Yep.
I love it. Very nice. My mic is full breaking right now. That's weird.
Well, just don't do that.
We're here. It's fine. No one touch it. Welcome. For those who have no idea what this is, hi. We're a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties living, existing, and breathing, for those that do, in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world that is called Estera. For now. So this is your first time joining the channel. Welcome. We hope you have a ball. No real announcements for tonight. We are going to be trying to dive straight in. But the one thing I will say is if you're wanting to support the channel, best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch. Please and thank you. That helps us out a ton in being able to kind of understand how many people might be watching or supporting. It's nice. It's very, very cool. So thank you. Also, you can check out our Instagram and TikTok down below at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. You can see some of our favorite moments of at least 2024. I don't know if we have anything for 2025 yet. But man, we've been making the content. I'll tell you. Yesterday was the craziest D&D combat I've ever run. Mostly because I thought it'd be wrapped up in about 5 minutes, and it took about 2 hours. Beautiful. It was lovely. It was full of chaos. So please go check that out, but not before you not do it after. Watch this, then watch that before. Do it. And thank you for all the likes and follows and subscribes. Thank you so much. Before we begin tonight, we do need to get a recap of where we left off with New Moon. There's about to be quite a excursion event that they're going under. So before we jump in, we need to get that recap. Nathan, please take it away.
Last time on New Moon. You're welcome, everybody. Rocks fell, we all died. Last time on New Moon, the gang reminisced about how far they've come, what they've accomplished, and Jet and Tishian had a sparring match that Ianthe so rudely interrupted, leading to some shenanigans when Alyssa and Eliane woke up. The gang then met with the Den Mother Udris and learned about Codex, who is actually known as Velkarin, and you're going to have to pronounce this for me, Joe, because I cannot pronounce this. Is it Maethorian?
Maethorian, yep, you got it.
Cool.
Maethorian, I think there's another.
Maethorian, okay, yeah, because
Maethorian.
Bad with names, apologies. And that the town of Kuros that Jet went to was actually originally called Kuros, which is completely coincidental. They call it Kuros because the soldiers wear cuirasses, not because that was originally what it was called.
Correct.
Kuros.
I think you just took that and made that more complicated.
Exactly.
It used to be called Karos, now it's called Kuros.
Codex turns out to have been a stubborn, mean old elf in a tower who caused a lot of problems. and probably led to the destruction of the town after the villagers had left and moved to the
Pause for a second, Nathan. EV Mux is doing its thing again.
Uh-oh.
Okay, try again.
Starting back over at that sentence. We found out that Codex is a stubborn, mean old elf who was in he had a tower, and Udris actually studied under him for a while before he probably led to the destruction of the town doing his evil deeds. Prisha came back to the party holding the Din Mother's staff, which is an artifact of very immense power that does some really cool things, and we will see what that gets into at some point. The party then gathered themselves to start to hunt down and rid Astera of Codex, and head to Zajar to find answers and solve the mystery as to why no one ever returns. Also, Prisha can now see into the ethereal plane, and at the end of our last session, saw someone who looked oddly similar to Adim standing behind him, and then waving and mouthing the words, "You can see me?" As we all, I believe, realize that that is Adim and Ianthe's father, correct? Good on that?
It's the assumption. Yep. And I think it's important to state why Prisha was able to see.
Because the staff allows her to see into the ethereal plane.
There you go. As a tuning to the staff. She also had some changes.
Oh yeah, her horns now have some spurs on them. Did she say she got any taller or anything like that too?
No, she her hair changed slightly.
Oh yeah, the white stripe. Yeah. And then the last thing I have down here, just some little side note thoughts from me. So Din Mother gave us some cyanide, knowing that we're going to
not cyanide.
It's Deathroot from Elden Ring. Same difference.
No, it's not. You're killing me. It's called Deathroot, yes.
There's fates worse than death, she said, and gave it to the party so that, whenever some bad stuff happens, if it gets too bad, we can just... Beautiful. And that's about all I have other than we're going to gather ourselves and hunt down Codex.
Yeah, I think so. Awesome. Thank you, Nathan. Anything else we need to add, my friends? I can't remember if it was said, but you guys did say your goodbyes to Alyssa, to Eliane, and to Din Mother Udris. So there was that.
And some of us foolishly made promises to return.
Did you?
I didn't.
Tishing didn't. Tishing absolutely said, I cannot promise I can return.
Yeah, specifically did not promise that. I can't think of anyone who did.
All right. I thought Prisha said she was going to come back to the Din Mother. It was like...
Yeah, it was like a one way or another, coming back.
It's just one way or another, right. Yes. Yeah.
She's like, you're right.
Nathan burying that lead a little bit, but yes, there was a one way or another. We do not fear death, beautiful. Yeah, cool. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Cool. Well, I guess that just leaves the question of whether or not you guys want to play D&D.
No, I'm good. I'll see you guys.
Okay, cool.
No,
awesome. So remember, like and subscribe. Oh, okay, Brandon's already gone. Like and subscribe, and thanks for sorry for the confusion on this. All right, let's head out, guys. Here we go. Ha! Got him. All right, let's play some D&D.
We're the funniest group. That's what we need to learn right now. Is we're the funniest.
We are for sure. The funniest.
You see, that was a joke, and by me explaining it to you makes it funnier. The best jokes are ones that everyone's included in on.
Yes,
it's true. It's very true,
and explained in detail.
Absolutely.
Yes. You thought we were? Yeah. Let's play D&D.
Let's play some D&D. Here we go. Cool. So, as we come into the morning of halfway through your journey, you are a day's away, a full day's journey, depending on how well you do, in getting to that same sort of structure that you saw before, or sorry, structure, that kind of cliffside mountain piece that had this weird sort of hole, and it would look something like that. But in that morning, you guys are waking up. It is a rather interesting day out. You see the sun is out, but there is a weird amount of wind that is kind of like pushing through and actually kind of blocking from the sounds of some of the birds that are still singing. You hear it kind of like carries in a weird way. But you feel that sort of wind pushing a little bit stronger. It's a little bit colder today. And I think, Ianthe, as we come to that morning, as you are feeling that kind of bitter cold kind of pulling up to your bedding a little bit more, I think instinctively you look around for the normal heat source that has been with you for a while and see a blank space where Alyssa was. Or where Alyssa would be, excuse me.
Yeah, I think I'm especially feeling it. Ianthe did not grow up in cold weather. She does not love the cold. And so now she's just like the metaphorical cold of not having Alyssa here with us and the literal cold of it's cold and I don't have fire. So she's just sitting and like shivering and looking very grumpy.
Yeah. Makes sense. Roll me a perception check.
14.
14. Cool. We'll say that you're kind of like most likely like the last to get up. So I think as you are looking around, you notice that you see Prisha having some brief conversation with Adim, and as Adim walks away, you see Prisha kind of like looks a little confused, possibly from their conversation. You're not entirely sure. But you also notice that as your eyes sort of come to and connect from where you were, and it might take you a minute, but you also will eventually notice the burrs, the kind of the spurs that are around her horns that are curled up a little bit more, and a long sort of wide streak of white in her hair, kind of extending down. She's not facing you at the moment, but that's where we have you right now. So,
Are there flowers around here? It's kind of cold. If it's cold, it might be too cold for flowers.
You do see some flowers. Most of them are you see like most of them seem to be like very very similar to like mums. They're like yellow and purple, and they're kind of like splotched about in random sort of spaces around the tree trunks.
Okay. I'm going to grab a bunch and try to make matching flower crowns for me and Prisha. I want to talk to Prisha, but I will wait until Kay gets here.
Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Awesome. You start to get to work on that.
Trying not to have them touch my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's wrapped.
Cool. So you're saying you're trying to make them not touch your hand? Is that what you said?
Like I've got it wrapped up, and so I'm just trying to be gentle.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, good point. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay, I have to look up my sleight of hand because I don't totally remember it. I think I think it's a 14. Somewhere in that sphere.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 14 is enough that you notice, like, as you, let's see. Okay. As you are touching, like, even the tips of, like, the petals with your fingertips, you notice that there doesn't seem to be any sort of immediate sort of affliction to the plants at all. I'll say at one point you touch like the stem of one of them that you had already discarded with that offhand, and you see it immediately just kind of like.
I feel like I grab one and it starts to shrivel, and I'm like, oh no, this one's precious.
Yeah, and you gain 3 hit points.
Hey, oh boy. Temporary or just heal for 10?
Just heal for 3.
Cool.
You just came from a long rest. I don't imagine you're having any.
I don't need it, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Grian, where does the morning find you?
I think I'm sticking to my normal routine of just like getting up, packing my stuff, getting ready. I don't think Green has a particular morning routine that he does. Yeah. I think he's gonna see Ianthe messing with whatever she's messing with, the flower plant. What are you doing?
I'm trying to keep my hands warm by doing something because it's freezing. And it's night.
He like lagged out for the last half of that.
Oh, and they're nice.
Okay, do you need a little? And I'll just, I guess, cast like Sacred Flame on my hand. I was like, do you just need something to keep you warm?
Yes, thank you. Oh my
god. Green, you're not entirely sure on this, but I will say Sacred Flame does radiant damage. It does. There's no warmth from that.
There's no warmth in it at all.
Except for the searing pain.
It's a very weird like.
It's the warmth of religion, and I'm not a religious person, but however that works.
And that's why you don't feel any warmth at all, Ianthe, from them.
That was helpful. Thank you.
It's a weird sort of thing for the DM to stick to, but it is something that is strangely as.
No, I think it's great. Green's like, yeah, this is warm, and you're like, yeah, no, thanks.
Very helpful. Like, yeah. Thank you.
I mean, it looks like fire, so like it looks like flame. So yeah, maybe psychologically it helps.
Right.
What do you think Alyssa's doing now?
Whatever it is, I feel bad for everybody else back at camp. If she's awake at this point. That girl can sleep. Do you think we'll beat him there?
I don't know. He seemed to move pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I think if he does, it will be maybe by a day or so. Hopefully that's not enough time to do too much damage.
Yeah. Do you think we should just press on and keep going and just see if we can catch up to him?
I think we should as much as possible, but I don't think it's wise for us to get to the jar
exhausted.
Yeah. I think it's best if we're feeling, at least a little fresh.
No, you're right. I just need
to
hear it.
I know. You're thinking ahead, which is smart.
I do think too, like, no matter whether we do it like now or later, before we get there, like, I know from the stories he's told us, I know Codex is like an asshole, but I think we need to ask Jet what exactly we're facing. Like, what are his powers? Like, what are we up against?
Have you ever spoken to Codex?
No, and I wasn't planning on it, but I guess here we go.
I had one conversation with him. I mean, it didn't give me a full, idea, but enough of an idea to know, yeah, he's not terribly pleasant. I don't know the full scope of his power, but based on what I saw, it's probably pretty vast.
I'm just thinking this is the first. This is the first thing that we're up against that we know what we're fighting fully.
Hopefully, or at least have some idea of
Yeah.
what to expect.
Okay. Well, we can ask him about it at our next time we sleep or whatever. Once everyone's kind of
Yeah, we'll do
winding
watch.
down or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tishian, where are you?
I'm still. I think I'm watching Ianthe and Grian from a distance. So the camera captures me in this specific moment, brushing my teeth, like just practicing. Now that we're on the road, just sort of, starting my day off right. Waking up, not really doing anything specific.
Okay. So at this point, you're just like, are you standing, sitting, things like that?
I'd say I'm standing. I think I'm standing, and like as I do that, just with all the goods or what goods we have for this trip, and just sort of thinking about those next steps. Like,
Okay. So are you? Are you like going through your the bag of holding?
yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I brushing my teeth, just sort of taking catalog of everything in the bag of holding. Um, I think I'm laying out all 40. I think right now it's 44 bottles of swill, and stressing that that's not enough. I'm pulling out the various dinner plates that I'm still holding from Dare's Wharf. I'm I'm laying everything aside that we have, just one by one.
I think as you start to pull these pieces out, a lot of which are seemingly disconnected in as far as the immediate use for the party. It's weird. I think looking at like the plates, the swill is obviously very functional, but I think a lot of these things, like, is there anything that kind of like that kind of touches Titian's psyche somewhat, of like a memory of where you were when you got that thing?
Anything at all?
Yeah.
I think as I pull it out, I don't know what that's on. I find myself touching. I'm still carrying it, but I find myself touching Moradin's hammer, the maul that used to belong to Slagtam. And I think it sparks memories of. It doesn't. It's weird because it doesn't really spark memories of Slagtan this time. Rather, really more so sparks memories of the Grove and the um all the the critters that were there. I'm sorry, what are they called? Mongoose. Mongoose, yeah.
In the Grove, wombats.
The wombats.
Wombats.
How
Sorry,
dare
wombats.
you?
The critters.
The critters. Thinking about all the wombats.
Titian dies off camera.
Titian dies off camera. But I find myself thinking back to them, and it's like, how like when time passes and you think back to yourself, it might be like when you're in high school and you think to yourself like, man, I wore black leather pants with like straps and like spikes on them,
Mm-hmm.
or I used to do this thing, or this, like, you think back to something that happened in your past and you think how weird, and it just feels like the most abstract thing. And the fact is, Tishian, of all the places he's been and all the things going on in this world, it's weird that there's still a space in it where there's just a field of fucking wombats running around ignorantly enjoying their day.
Mm.
And like they're just sort of they themselves are, yeah, how oblivious and happy they must be in this moment to some extent.
Um, there is an absolutely beautiful thing that 99.9% of the time you would be right, because this would be the first time ever I actually do this. In this moment, we do a smash cut to a bunch of wombats just as you see them kind of continuing to fell trees in the grove, which is what they're doing now. They've literally not done anything in the like the entirety of this campaign until today, in game. So it's really funny that you mentioned that.
They must be warding off tabaxi, if I remember correctly.
Yes, indeed, for sure. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, you say? Interesting.
If you normally have advantage or whatever, you can cancel it out. It's just I think you're focusing on the items.
Okay. That'll still be a dirty 20.
Nice, cool. With a dirty 20, I'll say without even having to necessarily look up, knowing the position of like kind of like where you're at, you get the feeling that you are being watched.
Okay.
Yeah. So with a dirty 20, you feel like you're being watched.
I'm assuming with this feeling, I don't get a general direction or feeling.
You can do whatever you want with this information. I'm saying from the dirty 20 is you kind of like looking down. It's more of just like a like back of your head sort of feeling. So if you turn to look in that direction, I could tell you.
I'm gonna do that thing. I'm going to look, but I'm going to do that thing where like I give it a wide glance. that thing like when you're in a restaurant and you're like, is that so and so from work? And then you turn around and you intentionally look past them. I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Just make sure I still have them on here. Yeah, cool. I do. You see, looking through the trees, as the wind is blowing, there's a weird sort of moment that the branches are actually kind of moving in and out of view. So anything that is standing stagnant would actually be a little bit more identifiable. You see Suvi. About 50 or so feet away, treetops, I'd say about maybe like 30 feet up.
I make eye contact with Suvi.
Okay. She just nods.
She just nods. Do I get the impression that I should go over there and check in with them?
I think given your recent interaction with this family, you get the idea that if there was something to talk about, they would come to you about it. Now, you can feel free to do so, but...
Okay. I will nod respectfully. I'm assuming when she nodded towards me, it was sort of like an exchange. I'm going to nod back to her.
It was the slightest nod. It was like one of those things of like, you can only tell if you're really, really looking at them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to return the same, as respectfully as I can, and then I will go to where Grianne and Ianthe are standing.
You got it. Cool. We move to Jet. Where do we find Jet this morning?
So we're in a tower, right?
We aren't. They're all outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jet would have got up and took a bath first before he did anything else.
Cool.
Jet is, if everybody's left the tower, Jet's gonna sit in the bath and he's gonna grab his spear and he's gonna kind of pull it up close to him because I'm assuming it's cold outside and the water's probably gotten cold, and he's gonna try to use it as a heating source for his bath.
You're using what for a heating source?
The spear.
The spear? Okay.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this feels warm. Let's just try to warm up the water.
Okay.
All right, heat it up, buddy. Come on.
Roll me an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Well, I can tell you not to use Sacred Flame to warm up your water. I'll tell you.
That's
right.
true. That is 17.
Okay, cool. With a 17, you with a 17, you see like the nothing happens at first in the water, and then you see one like significant like bubble. Bloop.
And I would assume that Jet's holding the spear under the water to try to warm it up.
Yes.
And he's gonna go, oh, you can talk, and he's gonna pull it out of the water and try to talk. He's gonna be like, we have so much to talk about. There's so much, and he's just gonna go on and like explain everything that's happened up to this point to his spear as if it could talk back to him like Codex used to.
Give me a perception check.
That's not bad for Jet. That's 16.
16. There is. So with 16, as you're talking into it, you notice that there seems to be like another sort of bubble forming from the connection of the like sharpened stone that has been tied into the spear. There is actually like essentially you kind of figure out there must be some sort of like strange sort of hole area where oxygen must have gotten into, and like it took a second for that oxygen to escape, as you see it now, like kind of like just kind of like bloop, just kind of coming up to it doesn't even break off from the stick. It's just there.
Jet instantly stops talking because he realizes how dumb he is, but he's gonna be like, and then realization's gonna hit him. He's gonna be like, I miss having somebody to talk to.
Oh.
And he's gonna finish his bath and step outside and dismiss the tower and just kind of walk over to everybody else looking like he's gonna stand up tall, and he's after his whole change, he's been like really chest forward because that's how he sees Tishian and Adim walk around. So he's like trying to walk all big, but he like is clearly head down skulking.
Beautiful. Yeah, so I think from Ianthe Green and Tishian's perspective, you guys are kind of like, it just looks like Jet is really trying to look at something on their chest, because the skulking head down but chest forward just really gives a very awkward sort of vibe. So yeah, as Jet approaches you all.
Do you have something on your chest? Literally, figuratively?
No.
Oh.
Did you? You didn't like spill gravy on it or anything like that, did you? Or
No, I tried to take a bath. Why gravy?
well, it's breakfast. When do you eat? Like,
Whatever I could get.
I mean, it'd be odd if I said like, did you spill mustard? No one eats mustard for breakfast, Jet. That's odd. So like, I'm just asking if you got something on your chest, like gravy, and then I now feel called out, if I'm being honest with you, but that's fine.
No, I tried to talk to my spear and it didn't talk back. Now I'm sad.
That's probably not the worst thing in the world to have something that doesn't talk. I mean, your previous item that talked back,
Yeah, but at least he talked to me.
Adim walks by. Adim walks by at this point. Honestly, one last thing. Talking to us, the better. And just continues to walk past.
And
Spot
Jet's
on.
gonna see him do that, and then he's gonna kind of stand up straight and then lift his head a little more and be like, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah."
You see Prisha is now staring at Adim as Adim is walking into the forest to do something. Like, I don't know, just full, in my head.
Whoever really knows what Adim gets up to when
In
we're
my
not
head.
Here's
What
my thing.
happened here? I knew exactly what he was doing, but as I was saying it in my head, I was like, "That's not something we really talk about in D&D." Dude's just out for his morning glory, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Have fun.
Are you trying to what? Okay.
I mean,
Jet,
you can
it's
come
not a.
talk to us. We're your friends. That's how friends work.
Yeah, but everybody kind of just gets this really blank stare when I start talking.
Smash cuts to Grian just. What?
I mean, we're here to listen to you. It's not, it's not always. I don't know. We enjoy talking to you, Jet.
You truly fascinating.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I thought you might.
Tishian's just gonna like slowly reach over to Grian out of Jet's eyesight and like tap him on the shoulder.
Yeah. Sorry. I've actually been debating to let the dog out or not.
Oh,
Oh, you should.
I'm sorry. Who let the dogs out?
It's about to be me,
Who?
and I'll let
What?
Everybody
When?
take a
Who?
D4 as psychic damage.
I'm gonna let Dunsig
You're
out
proud of yourself?
of the box.
It's good. Get all the funnies out now, guys. Get them all out now.
So hold on. Okay, yeah, you gonna let Donzig out? He probably can do with a stretch. Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, do y'all remember that family that tried to kill me and were like super strong and want to murder a bunch of people?
Which one? Because
The
there's
one.
the family,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
no.
there's the.
This is the one I made kind of
The other
allies
family.
with.
There's your
That
family.
doesn't narrow it down.
There's
No, this is the one that like I made allies with. This is one from the trees that are now kind of on our side, but only maybe until we kill the roar.
so not the other people that came out of the trees that we befriended.
That
But
is
tried to
the
kill
enemies
us.
the other
that tried to kill
people
us.
that came out
No,
of
these are
And
not
if I had a
druids.
nickel for every time.
You'd have like 3 nickels, which yeah, but no, this is the other one. Well, they're right over there.
Prisha
Don't
comes
look.
up and goes, the Marani?
Yes, yeah, them. Yeah, they
Oh.
they're
Got
just
it.
over yonder. Just don't pay them any mind. I think they're just seeing us off, but they're keeping their distance for a reason. So let's respect it.
Should we be nervous? Prisha, Dishian? Should we be concerned?
Well, maybe we don't let the fire dog out in the woods. That seems to belong to the Marani.
The dog or the woods? Sorry, I'm lost. Deep in thought here.
How do you let out the woods?
Not the part of the sentence to focus on, but it's fine. Okay, we'll do it a little later. It's fine.
She's she repeats herself. Like maybe letting Danzig out without a warning to, I don't know how you would warn about it. Cerberus.
Where are they?
I think it's fine. I think he's okay where he is, and we just don't need to bother them while they're going about their day.
Y'all, I'm just letting y'all know so that you know. Like, I truly don't think we need to do anything about it. trying to keep you all in the loop, but I think the real loop is us looping and getting the hell out of here and closer to the jar.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should probably. Yeah, Green and I were talking about we should probably, hustle to get there. But we don't need to push it and exhaust ourselves. So we should probably get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little crowded here.
All right. So I guess we're off, right?
Yeah. What do we need? We're all good. Barb's over here, ready to go, I guess. So we can load her up and get on out. Jet, do you need help with your tower or anything like that?
Oh no! Jet waves his hand and it just crumbles into dust.
That's cool.
Just
That's cool.
crumbles. You have to
Yeah,
see
it just like it like
just
all
get
collapses in on
destroyed.
itself, and then it just turns into dust.
Okay. Someone want to grab a Deem? Maybe we'll give him a couple more minutes.
You give a Deem a couple more minutes. Deem comes back. All right. We good?
Hey.
Go.
Yeah, we're heading out.
All right.
Where should I lead the way since you know the woods?
Feel free to insight check.
I will.
As Prisha in response goes, "What? Yeah. Okay, let's get out of here."
That's a 13.
I got a natural 20.
Okay. Cool.
I got a 4. I see
Oh,
everything.
Jet, you're in the woods.
Or is
I
it?
rolled a 9.
Okay. Titian, you're in the woods, and everybody's, these other two are seemingly focusing on Prisha. Green, you said 14?
13.
13. Okay, cool. 13, you see that, Prisha just seems a little bit off. Granted, she looks different, so, maybe it's just kind of going with the flow there. But Ianthe, with a nat 20.
Total 25.
Okay. You are... There's a weird moment as you're looking at Prisha's eyes. You are reminded of a memory of when you were in Raven's Rock and following Titian. Titian was having that same look as he was seeing visions of the dead.
Oh, God. And he got stabbed by those.
No, I got stabbed by the other ones. Those were the ones I saw just dying all the time.
Yeah. Those
I'm
ones you
sorry.
were
I'm sorry. I
mentally and
misremembered which
emotionally
ghost stabbed you.
Yes.
Prisha,
Yeah.
you ready to go?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's go now.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they're gone. And you see her just kind of walk off from the view and starts to kind of lead you guys continuing forward. I will roll a survival check with advantage for Prisha. That's already a high die, so we're going to assume we're good. Cool. As you guys are walking now out of the woods, more to the sort of open field of where you guys you're moving a little bit closer towards where Grian's tree was, and I'll say at about this was kind of in the early sort of part of the day, but once you guys get to about noon is when you actually see it is about maybe 300 feet away from you as you guys are continuing west. Anything you guys want to do within that time as you're traveling?
I would like to talk to Prisha and Adim, but their players aren't here, so I will wait.
Yes, fair. Anything other than that?
Go ahead. I think Green's just pretty pressed on focusing on getting there.
Cool.
What is Grian? When you say press, is he like up at the very front of the group?
I think he's just very focused. Probably not necessarily ignoring the world around him, but just very like when you walk somewhere and you're very determined to get there, and like all the people around you just kind of fade into one obstacle that you have to get around. Like that's what he is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm a bug Grian.
Go for it.
I'm just gonna walk up and start keeping pace with Grian. I imagine as I'm walking and keeping pace, Grian is not paying any attention to Titian. After what Brandon was describing. So after a while, I'm just going to like gently punch Grian in the arm. Like
Yeah.
not to do damage, but just like a
Yeah,
Hey.
you good?
Yeah, I just was wondering when you were going to say hello to me, I guess, more than anything. Hello.
Hi.
Hey. I'm going to look around and see anyone else in the group. Mind if we talk while we walk a little bit?
Sure.
You don't have to. If you're busy walking, I understand. It takes a
No,
lot
no,
of...
there was just a route that I was avoiding. What's up?
A route or a route? What?
You mean a route or a route?
Route.
Oh,
What?
Chet, jump in here. This is a full "I'm actually" moment.
I'm kidding.
So-
I'm kidding.
So actually,
So, do you remember like a week ago when you had me like, I guess punch you? Remember, if I remember correctly, like try to hit you? With,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was
yeah.
only like 4 days ago, but yeah.
Yeah, it was like 4 days ago, but still, I've hit like so many members of the team since then. But I guess I just wanted to ask you, like, why did you bring up Cabbage that night?
It's a great question. Because I know what it's like to have someone that you really care about just make your world crumble. So I
guess
mean,
you would.
my ex, I don't know, I don't know. My ex used me to get something, and his family killed mine in the process. So I get it when someone you love stabs you in the back like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you would. I guess, yeah.
So I was saying, if you need someone to talk to, like I'm here because I get it.
Sure.
I'm much further removed from it than you are. It's only been about a week, but
no, it's definitely been. I don't know if you've noticed this. I still don't have a shirt from the whole thing. I've really been just walking around. But yeah,
I kind of figured it was just the vibe you were going for now.
I don't. If I'm being honest with you, Gran, I don't even know what vibes I'm giving out anymore. I'm just all over the place, man. But how did you get from that? What you described? How did you get from that to where you are now? Because I'm specifically looking for other members of the party that I'm hoping are not around. Like if I'm being honest with you, I'm still kind of effed up about it. I'm kind of effed up around the whole fucking deal. If you want to know the truth.
I mean, it,
Effed up around the whole fucking deal is my favorite D&D sentence right now. It's so good.
I mean, it took a lot. I was numb for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even now, I take it day by day and I just do my thing. But I also haven't had to confront a lot of my issues because I thought most of them were dead.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also that.
But like you
Yeah.
just like you seem like you have no trouble like jumping really in bed with anybody if they meet your standard. You know what I mean? Like you're so willing to give it. You're so willing
Out?
to
No, it's
commit to.
fine.
No, no. I mean, no. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. It's not coming from a judge place. I hope you know that. It's just I'm trying to say. It's like you still seem so free, I guess, and willing to be intimate. Like, how did you? How? Like, you literally had a partner kill your family. How are you able to just like jump back in the saddle, so to speak?
I guess. I mean, it's my journey, so it's I don't
No.
say this isn't the end all be all. Uh, but when I had nothing left, it was how I made money. So it's how I got comfort. It's one of the ways I made money. So it's something I got comfortable with, and like I said, I haven't had to confront my issues too much. Uh, so it just kind of became the norm.
Mm. I see.
Now I'm not saying you need to go into like the nearest town and like make a bunch of gold by any means, or platinum, and he'll like tap on his chest, you know.
Oh, you
Um,
hold on. Do you think I could? You think I could pull platinum numbers now?
uh, yeah, the amount of men that want to be tossed around, and you could throw them into a brick wall. I've been there. You've done it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, you could make bank, but I'm not saying that's how you need to get over it. That's just one way that I found comfortability with myself again, my worth, so to speak.
I mean, hey, everyone needs a backup plan from adventuring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um. Oh yeah. No, I appreciate that. I haven't really. I don't know. I guess I Cav was just sort of. He's kind of the first in some ways, but like also kind of like he's the first. Like I've been with a few other people, but he was the first one that I was like, hey, this could be a thing. Like, but then he threw me down an elevator shaft and decided to try to kill me. So, fucking, real jerk face. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I think there's something about learning to trust people or someone in that way again that takes time, and it takes the right person to get that comfortable with again. And it's hard, and it's, for me at least, it was standoffish at first. Like I couldn't make that connection, which is why it was easy. um I mean, even now, I don't know if I could do it, but again, everyone's journey is different. You might.
So can I ask you kind of a personal question? Just angel line. You know what I mean? Like, have you, like, since then, since your guys, like, you've been with plenty of people, but have you really been with anybody ever since then? Like, have you been in like a you know relationship with people, anyone since then?
No. Granted, I'm the one that stabbed him, so I think that there's always been this kind of me holding myself back.
Mm.
um but I mean, you're the one that got pushed down the elevator shaft, so it might be a little bit easier for you. um But like I said, I think our journey, like everyone's journey, is different. It just, and you need to think about what it would take for you to be okay again.
I think we're going to be all right, Grant. I think we are. I don't know. Since that night you asked me, I was like, I don't know. Sorry if I was mad at that point. I just didn't really want to think about it.
No, it's okay. I get it.
But yeah, I don't know. Thanks for being a friend, Grant. I guess I'm just gonna let you get back to walking, or whatever you were doing earlier in your route. So yeah.
Oh.
Thanks, Graham.
You're welcome. I'm always here if you need to talk or be distracted.
I appreciate
Brian,
that.
as you give that last bit of assurance, you recognize that you guys have made your traveling just. You've moved far enough back that as you look back at Titian to say that you can see the tree clearly in the background behind him.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and saying back to you if I can do anything, if you need to talk or anything, just I'm around.
I think I hear you in being serious, but I think Korean's gonna just turn to you and not pay attention and be like anything and just wink.
Oh no, Titian's just gonna blush. That's completely hidden by his fur.
And then I'm gonna turn forward and fall over a route that I wasn't paying attention to because I looked away.
Yeah. I like that a
yeah.
lot. Super, super suave to.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I'm good. I'm good. That's why I focus and pay attention.
Grian, you okay?
Yeah, always, every time.
All right.
But yeah, yeah, I'll let you know, and you let me know.
Yeah.
I think this whole time that's been going on, Jet has been at the back with Prisha in the back of the group, and they've been pointing out different flowers and going, "Oh, and what does this one do?" And then just comparing notes the whole time that they've been walking and talking.
Yeah, I like that a lot. There's a lot of like Jet giving like a very well, there's certain things that like there's factors to this, and then Prisha's answer is like, yeah, I use it to like heal wounds and to just make to make like this one actually really helps if you need to like cover up like scat.
That's gross.
That's what I've learned.
And Jet would just be like, and then this one, if you chew it, it'll have a numbing sensation when you apply it over a wound. And then it's like, and to Jet, it's just like, oh yeah, and then you could crush it up, and then you could make it into a nice tea for your throat, and like going through the different ways that they can be used back and forth.
I think I made something similar with that, putting for like a coating to put on like the tips of arrows so that they couldn't tell that they were being shot.
Does that actually work?
Oh.
Just gonna go pick some of that just in case. He's like, I have an experiment to try now.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to make a coating on the trip just to put on his spear.
And she starts talking about like the things that people have brought to her for like sacrifices and things like that she has had to come up with creative things to like help them out, and like all of these things are things that she has no idea whether or not they worked or not. They might have even told her and she just wasn't listening or forgot. Beautiful. Ianthe. We'll say like this is even like kind of going on to about like maybe like 3 p.m. So like even in that regard there. I know there's certain things you want to absolutely say to those groups, but
Yeah.
but is there anything else you wanted to do?
They're doing that. They're doing that. Um, I don't know. I really just wanted to talk to a demon and Prisha, but they're not here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, I think maybe she's
Hey, stop it.
talking to herself a little bit, or I don't know. I think she's maybe rehearsing in her head because she wants to call Daphne, but she's kind of rehearsing in her head, like, what do I want to say? While everyone's kind of peeled off.
Cool. You got it.
But it's not time yet because we're moving.
Yeah, I think I think one thing we could say is that, well, first off, actually, Grian, you're now kind of in this weird sort of like open field area. You're no longer in the sort of territory of the Marani or anything. If you wanted to let out Danzig, you could.
Yeah, I'd say like once we were far enough, I probably let him out and
Cool.
let him stretch
Okay.
his legs. And
Oh, in that case, I cast Speak with Animals and I'm chatting with Danzig.
oh god, the animal abuse. It's been in the ball for days.
You chat with Danzig. Okay, cool. Give me. Never mind. Yeah, this just works. Cool. Are we out? No tall houses.
No, there aren't any more tall houses. Not anymore. But you know what?
Save girl.
The little girl is safe. She's with her family, and she is safe. No thanks to you.
Confused.
What are you confused about?
Was in tall trees
Mm-hmm.
fighting.
Yeah.
Something underground. Then was around tall buildings, then was on ship.
Oh.
And it's at this point you recognize that like he has
We've really fucked with your
perception. So the good part of it is that like no time passes in this dimension that is and the bad thing is that no time passes.
Oh
so
god.
So not having to deal with like having to feed or whatever. But you see Danzig is extremely confused on where they are now, where they're going.
Well, let me catch you up on where we've been and what we've been up to. I will catch Danzig up on our adventures.
Okay.
Knowing he probably gets maybe 30% of it.
Yeah. Under attack by animal people?
Yeah, sort of, something like that. Do you remember Slagtand? With the red hair?
Slagtand. Yes.
They were his family.
Oh. So no eat?
No eat.
Okay.
And now we're going somewhere else.
Little girl gone.
She's not with us anymore. Because where we're going is not safe for her. She couldn't come with us. Oh, good.
Kinda, like, looks.
A demon has caught up with us.
Yes, like looks and confers with the other heads. You see, there's a moment of like varying degrees of confusion. I think the right head is acting like he's the first to nod, at least acting like he understands the whole time.
The three have one brain cell.
The three have three. This is actually the second campaign I'm having to deal with an animal with three heads. So the three have three different brains, which may come into play the more that you have to interact with Danzig.
Outstanding.
Beautiful. Yeah, but at this point, you'll see like a team. I think noticing that that Ianthe has consorted with now just trying to talk to your three-headed Cerberus companion. You kind of take this moment to deem above board. You guys haven't made it very far. You're just passing like the tree that Grian that several sessions ago you guys were Grian kind of gave the backstory of like what happened to his family. You guys are just past that. You're probably going to reach the kind of cliffside sort of area by nightfall. So at this moment, yeah, you see just you guys are kind of like just walking along. There's no real path. You guys are in the open sort of grass fields. Yeah, Ianthe, you see a demon approach.
Yeah. Hey. So, I don't know if you've picked up on... Prisha has been giving you weird looks all day. Did you say something to her?
You look back and you see Prisha just kind of explaining something to Jet and like extending a bow and like not a real bow. So, like,
no, she looks like she's having a great time with Jet. I didn't say anything to her. I mean, when do I say anything to anybody?
Well, that's what I was concerned about, because you don't normally say things. But she...
Maybe I need to. Did I forget to say hi to her? She's pretty, like she wants to say hi to people. Maybe I didn't say good morning this morning. I don't know.
Maybe? I don't know. I was going to have a talk with her, but then she started talking with Jed about plants, so I'll wait.
There you go. I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah. Are you nervous to get to Zajar? I'm nervous about what might be waiting there for us.
Define nervous.
I guess fear of I don't know what to expect. And I'm kind of expecting the worst.
Well, so far that's been my experience on land. So, sure.
Well, I'm under the assumption that Zajar is a land city, so
I was overstating that. It seems that since I left my ship, it's been mostly one bad experience after another. So Zajar can get in the line.
Fair.
Present company accepted.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you think?
I was going to say, clearly we're going to die, so... And I wink at you.
That doesn't help how nervous I am.
Sorry.
That's what I'm afraid of what will happen.
Well, I don't understand your world. Either the land one, although I'm getting that, or your magic one. But if anybody who's gone is given the power that we're facing, it seems every time we turn around, if no one that has gone into Zajar has ever gotten out, I don't know. Maybe they went somewhere else through Zajar. It just doesn't seem like the people who are batting us around like we're clownfish is leaving that alone. There's got to be something else going on in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Although maybe it could be just really, really dangerous, and the people who've gone in there are really, really stupid. So
Yeah, hopefully we're the exception and not the rule.
well, we did seem to do some good in Ravens Rock, and I guess we eventually helped with Alyssa.
We did.
So I mean, sure.
We managed to leave Massetti intact. Didn't burn that one to the ground. So go us.
Well, actually, I have to. We dealt with Kavish.
Yeah. But then we went to Massetti, and that one, we,
No, I'm saying I'm listing Kavish as one of our successes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good.
I swear, if anyone ever does that to one of you again, I'll hit them harder than I hit Kavish.
I will too.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the jar is concerning, but I don't know. There's no way for me to prepare for it other than to make sure I can throw well, and apparently I can't. So I just practice every morning.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So,
I just keep going through different scenarios in my head, and they're all terrible, and I'm nervous and scared.
one thing I want to know is once we get there, if there's any indication if that big circle through the mountains is, if there's any indication of it coming out or going in.
Yeah.
Or both ways. Maybe like it was central to the mountain and it blew both ways. I don't know.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Anyway, so yeah, no, if I said something that I've been trying really hard since Aaron to not be a jerk, and I don't think I said anything to Krisha.
I think you've been doing okay. I just wondered. She's just been giving you odd looks today. I'll talk to her later.
I mean, I had a conversation with Eliane. Maybe she thought that was weird.
I don't know. She doesn't seem like. I'll ask her later when she's done talking to Jed about whatever it is they're talking about.
All right. Yeah, I because if I did, I didn't mean to. That
I know.
if I meant to, I would have told you.
I know you would have. If you meant it, we probably would know what's going on, and she'd be in tears by now. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
and
I know
given
that.
the way she's walking around with that staff, I'd probably be like a shambling bag of bones. So.
Yeah, actually, probably. Or she'd stab you with her horns.
What? Did someone say bone? Are you guys hungry?
Is that Prisha?
Yeah.
I made you a wreath.
What?
Never mind.
Do you guys gotta tell me when you're hungry?
We just left. I'm fine.
I'm
Thank
good.
you.
Okay.
And I turn back to Anthony. See, she's fine.
There is as described in that morning, the amount of wind that is rushing through. Adim, as you say that's fine, it's almost as if the wind kind of answers you there, as there's this very sudden sort of gust of just this that kind of pushes, like even makes like Titian sort of like slow the step a little bit, and disappears.
I take some of my individual braid strands and tie them so I have one long. Like I'll braid 2 braids around my braids, so I have one long braid. So when that happens again, it's not my face. So.
Nice.
Meanwhile, my hair is just like all in my face.
Just
you know, I could braid that for you if you want.
Would you? Slagtown used to braid my hair, and he was so good at it, but I've never quite mastered it.
It's a little harder on land, but sure.
Do we need to pause for braiding?
Oh my god.
No, we can braid and walk.
Okay, I just see that you, because Ianthe, your hair's like all in your face.
I'm extremely aware. I've been spitting it out for miles.
Hey, our hair's matching now. Like
Oh,
just at least
yeah.
this part.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Here, I made you a matching crown.
What? She comes over.
I just throw it on the ground. Forget it.
Throw it on the ground, stomp on it, walk off. This is what the whole session becomes about.
Well, the reckless last night. I don't think you expected that. So.
Yep. I actually, we've already talked about how crazy the reckless was. Cool. So I think you guys seem to continue forward. And I'll say at this point at about close to about 6 in the evening, as you guys are kind of pushing through, we'll say like dinner time could honestly be very easily sort of handled with rations as you guys continue walking. You guys have a goal to be set, and you're trying to catch up. So at this point, about maybe, say, still about another couple miles ahead, but as the day is starting to slowly turn into night, you see that odd sort of cliffside in the background. Or sorry, like as you guys are kind of coming up to it. Feel free to roll me any checks you would like.
As I say, do I get that same like familiar feeling that I got the last time we passed it?
What was for the camera? What was the feeling you got last time?
It was a feeling similar to the items that were taken from the village, but not that similar. Just in that kind of
What? Similar, but not that similar.
I'm trying to say without like spoiling it. Last time I walked by, I had a familiar feeling. And I think Tishian also had a feeling of like, hey, something's this way.
Cool.
Pulling us towards there.
I'll say give me a...
It was like it was drawing us to there. Like it was a feeling of like maybe death, I think was what it was.
Yeah, give me a religion check, both of you.
Oh god, it's a 14. One day I'll add some bonuses, so it's not a +1.
Religion, maybe. You say? Yeah. It's a 10. Wait, we don't still have that blessing, do we? From Alyssa? No, we missed that.
Yeah.
Would it be intelligence or arcana to see, like, to make out what happened as we get closer to it?
I'd say it's probably a nature or investigation.
Nature it is.
And I can roll that too?
Sure.
They're both 0, so why not?
26.
26 and 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
There are mountains over there with a hole in it, I think.
Cool. And then anything from Ianthe?
The only thing that I could remotely justify would be Arcana.
Okay. What do you? We'll say I might be able to help you out if you want to tell me what you're trying to distinguish.
I think maybe I want to, and maybe we're too far away, but I wanted to maybe keep an eye out for any like runes or in my head like a stone, like Stonehenge or something, like something that would indicate some kind of ritual that might have happened.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like, so I would say, like, to maybe just put into like a broad term is you're trying to see if there's been any humanoid interaction with this area.
Specifically for magic purposes.
Yeah, I'll allow that to be Arcana for sure.
Okay.
But Joe, Stonehenge was made by aliens.
What is my Arcana?
So does that mean Githyanki made it, or
It's a
The world will never know.
15.
15. Okay. Cool. So, working in order from the things that were specifically asked. So, for Green and Titian, sort of trying to feel out that familiar sort of sense. Titian, with a 10, you actually get a sense of something repelling you from here. As if I think you were reminded of when you were younger in Hasamal. Your mother's reminding you that anything outside of the castle walls is strictly off limits, and even being close to the castle wall, which is where we had like Morgul. There's the ogre that was in charge of the gate. That was as far as you were allowed to go. And I think you remember that there was a time where you were standing maybe like closer to like the palisades that are around, and like kind of staring out into the forest below, and like even seeing the like maybe like a wagon going by or whatever, and recognizing that they're in the place that's off limits. And I think I say it's strictly up to you, but the idea of like it bodes terror and curiosity.
The fear of terror still is striking me, but I know we got to go through here. Like, I know this means something, so might as well choose curiosity in this moment.
Mm. Yeah. Green, there's a moment of actually feeling that of like, do not come in here, as you see beyond at this point, as you guys are kind of getting closer, you see beyond the mountains themselves is this forest of just black. It almost looks like a sea with this like kind of like very uniform black color. You can't really see much of the ground or any vegetation, as it does seem to kind of curve into a valley down here. But overwhelmingly over top of that, yeah, you still have that same sort of initial pull, as if some familiar it's that feeling of feeling something familiar that you no longer remember. So you have the feeling, but to be able to attach it to some sort of sense, like of sight, taste, or touch, or smell, or anything with that, is blanked. But yeah, it reminds you of a home that you don't remember.
And I think that pushes me more forward than my fear. And it helps to underlie my feelings of needing to get there before Codex does. Not out of fear what he could do to it, but the idea that something similar could happen again if there's anything there. And especially seeing him murder someone sort of in front of me, like it's ever more so present. That feeling to keep going. Well, I don't know. It's the guy that I slept with in the tent. that died, and then we brought him back.
Oh, you forgot his name?
If I had a nickel, thank you.
Cool. Yeah. Jet, Adim, you recognize the mountains as they are. You see that this is for sure the path that you're supposed to be going on. I think there's a moment that you're probably distracted slightly by the endless black that seems to lie beyond it.
Anthony probably hears me go, mountains. Ooh, Prisha's here.
Yes. Yep. I got it. Jet, as you are looking at these mountains, you have a.
No.
You're rolling. Is it investigation or nature?
I think I would have wanted to do investigation over nature, but I think I said nature, so it's up to you.
What did you roll? You already rolled it, right?
They're the same, but I said nature out loud, but I would have wanted investigation on it personally. But that's just me. That's just me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Investigation. We'll go investigation.
You got it. Cool. So looking at the rock formations that you see, like from this cliffside here, you can clearly tell there was something that seemed to have broken into the cliffside and has moved through it, and it was something that was so impactful that you can see the marks that are surrounding around it actually have grooves that seem to go like almost inviting you inward. Also, as you look beyond it, I said endless. That's technically not true. You can see even in this picture there, you can actually see that there was another sort of cliffside that even descended, that even extended beyond that on something crashing through. It is. I will also give you this. It is, for any sort of like natural formation to occur this way, would be really strange based on how cylindrical the hole is. It seems unnaturally circular.
Just thinking out loud. Huh. Did a god kick a ball? I'd just go down a list of like different theories he could come up with while he's just looking at it.
Can a god kick a ball?
Through two mountains. That's the question.
Through two mountains. Yeah. Nice. Cool. And lastly, we'll come to Ianthe. Ianthe, you were checking to see if there's any sort of markings or any sort of leftover things of intelligent life trying to make some sort of ritual or formation around here. And what did you roll on your Arcana?
15.
15. Okay. With a 15, looking around the outside, the cliffside, even like kind of above it, just trying to see if there's anything that would be out of the norm besides this massive hole. And as you're looking, you find yourself distracted by that same feeling of repelling. Something in your mind is telling you that you shouldn't even be this close. Above board, you don't see any markings of any sort of like leftover ritual things. I think at this point you see Prisha, like as you're kind of like staring out at this vast spot. We'll see you guys kind of like taking a little bit of a break here, like a water break. You see Prisha walk up next to you. Actually, you might not even see Prisha walk up next to you. I think Prisha just sneaks up next to you.
Hey.
Ah! Hey,
You can't do.
Oh. The.
Scare.
Oh. Okay, we cannot understand you. You're a robot.
you're a robot.
You want to jump
Hello.
out and come
Can
back
you
in?
hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, you're good.
There we go.
Awesome.
All right, let's take it from the top.
Prisha, you can't just sneak up on me like that.
You can't just yell like that.
You scared me. You are really
I'm
quiet.
I don't think anyone in my life has ever said that before. Thank you.
I don't.
What are you looking at?
Something feels off. Like we shouldn't be here. Do you feel that?
Prisha, feel free to roll me an Arcana check or anything else you'd like. In surveying this craterous hole.
It's like these cliffs don't want us to get too close.
Nine.
Oh.
Cool. With a 9, you're not feeling any of that, and you're not sure why.
I'm not here to question your sixth sense for these kinds of things. I think your threshold for danger is probably a lot better than mine. But no, I don't really sense any of that. I mean, it's cool looking. I don't know how it did that, but no.
No, I don't know either.
The beginning of that statement was full HR, Prisha. I see how you could get that.
Listen, I just got out of therapy. I can only do so
Yeah.
much.
I can see how
therapy,
you
Prisha,
reached
for
that
sure, yeah.
conclusion. However,
However, comma, and
What an interesting thought.
I don't want to be here anymore. But I do.
huh.
What do you suppose is on top of them?
The cliffs?
All the way up there.
Birds' nests, maybe? I'm gonna go birds' nests. Like a lot of them. Like a lot of birds. A lot of birds.
A lot of birds.
What do
Fair.
you think?
Well, I was debating between an ancient altar or a tiny village of little fae people. Like this big.
Why would they be so little, so high up?
They just landed there.
I mean,
like the Who's.
the who?
Exactly.
Oh. Well, who got there first?
Right.
The
Correct.
who, oh.
Behind Prisha and Ianthe, we see this this very like Sasquatch looking figure covered fully in green fur that just kind of does the Sasquatch walk behind, looks at the camera and keeps on walking.
Amazing. We should keep going.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say whatever's up there, we'll probably find out.
Okay.
You doing okay?
Well, I'm seeing multiple edems, and I have white in my hair now. So, yeah, I'm doing okay.
I'm sorry, you said multiple edems?
Oh yeah, there was back before we got here. There was like 2 edems, and then I asked about it, and then it just didn't. It's was I not loud enough? Like there were 2 edems. There were 2 of them. He was talking to me, and he said, "Are you okay?" And then I said, yeah, what did I do last night? I attuned to the staff." And then he went, "Ugh, magic." And then he went away, and then he was still standing there. And he like looked at him, he looked at the other edem, and then looked at me, and just like laughed and like went away.
Gods, I don't even know where to start with that. Is that why you've been acting weird around him all day? You've been, like, staring at him.
Oh, I mean, that and some other stuff.
Was he rude to you? I asked him and he said no, but Adem's
No.
threshold for rudeness
No,
is
no,
a lot.
Adem wasn't rude. Adem wasn't rude, I promise. No, no, I mean there were some other things. Well, I see dead people.
One word just kind of like blips into your brain, Ianthe, as you see that, as you hear that, you just think, again?
Yeah. Oh no, not again. Are the dead people here now? Is the second
Are the dead ones?
are the dead people in the room with us?
In the process of you still trying to kind of figure out the ins and outs of your new powers, you were able to turn them off as you left.
I mean, I don't
So if you
see
want to turn
them
it
right
on, you
now.
could.
Well, I don't see them right now, but there's a lot of disassociation happening right now, and I'm just trying really hard not to think about them. But if you want me to, I'll start to think about them. And I think in Prisha's peripheral, as she says it, like just like a face shows up in her like peripheral vision. She just goes, "Ah,
Ah. No,
ah."
This figure, because you are a little bit further away, this figure is not Morani at all. It's just a human. It's just kind of like looking around, looking at you, and just.
Hi.
Continues floating
Not
by.
you, Ianthe. Oh, rude. Yes, I see dead people.
You see a
Yeah,
dead person who looks like Dean.
one. Well, I don't know if he was dead. I don't know if it's only dead people I see. I saw someone that looked remarkably like a Deem, but he smiled, which I don't think I've ever seen a Deem do. And so that it obviously can't be actually a Deem.
And he didn't say anything to you beyond asking if you were all right?
None of them have spoken to me. I don't know if they can.
Ianthe, roll me a religion check with advantage.
Okay. Now I'm pretty sure that's just a flat roll. Okay. Yeah. I'm checking, but I'm pretty sure it's just a flat roll. 15.
Okay. 15's pretty good. 15 is, as you're trying to kind of determine what Prisha is seeing. To see the afterlife is...
Oh god, we've been there too.
Strange, because technically speaking, the afterlife is not one, but many.
Right.
So, like, the idea of, like, having different sort of things of, like, Prisha being able to see wherever these figures would go to spend their afterlife would be odd. They'd be all stacked on top of each other. But you do know of a plane of existence that people go when they're not done. Or they've not been sent home. It's the ethereal plane.
A part of their spirit is residing in a slug in an old wizard's office in Enoria.
I mean, maybe you don't know any of that.
Potentially. Prisha, can I ask you a favor? If you see that Adim figure again, could you tell me? Oh, it's really windy. I can't quite hear you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to know about the other dead people too?
No,
Point of
mostly just. No,
Point of
mostly
inspiration, Chelsea. Beautiful.
Mostly just the Adim one. Unless any of the other dead people look like other people in our party.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Do you want me to tell Adim about the Adim one? I don't think Prisha's being particularly quiet, by the way.
Fair enough.
I was gonna try to
Adim, roll me a perception check.
Like I said, no one's ever told Prisha she's quiet before.
Right.
A 10.
10 is I because I know you. 10 is absolutely the DC. If it was lower than that, for some reason you're distracted by something. But 10 was you're right on the cusp.
Okay.
So you're hearing bits and pieces of this, yeah.
So I just kind of not yell because we're in a weird situation, but I'm like, I kind of get a little closer, like, tell me what.
Yes.
Oh, about the other you.
The other me.
Well, the
Prisha.
one that like can't be what?
No, I was going to explain.
Oh.
Prisha let me know that she's been seeing a second version of you.
I pull out my chakra, but I'm like, where?
Prisha, you did not see that figure right now. Like turning it on, you did not see the figure.
She like literally does this.
Yeah. Which I'll say also, Prisha, roll me a religion check.
Nice.
Which you now
I'm not good at those.
Check your character sheet. Yes, you are. You have expertise on it now.
Oh my gosh. I sure do. Oh my god, I sure do. Thank God. 16.
Cool. Either this figure, this doppelganger of Adim, is no longer following Adim, or this figure seems to be able to, as you're starting to kind of gain the idea, you're not, I don't know if like above board you're fully aware of what you're seeing into just yet, but you're kind of getting the shape of it, that it must be some sort of plane of existence. If this figure was following Adim and is still following Adim, but is not in this plane of existence, then this figure is able to come in and out.
Oh. Oh boy.
So if he was here right now, Adim, you'd probably see him. Maybe not. Well, okay, he's not here. You're not here?
Yeah, where
Here.
Where was he before? Why didn't I see him?
Well, he was well, it's a magic thing.
Oh.
Which means I know that you're not gonna like it.
I put my chakra back.
Yeah. That's probably for the best. That's a scary weapon. So, remember when you asked me if I was okay earlier today?
Yeah.
I'm so glad. So you asked me if I was okay, and then I said, yeah, I attuned to the staff, and you said, ugh, magic, and you walked away. And then you didn't walk away. I mean, you did, but like the thing that looks like you didn't walk away, and it just like kind of stood there all smug and like smirked at me. And the story's gonna get funnier every time she tells it.
It's also,
Like,
I mean, it's
doing
also going to be a
somersaults
little bit
at some
further
point.
away from the truth. But yeah.
Well, Ianthe is
Yeah.
just visually on the
And then the
verge of a
fish was
panic
this
attack.
huge, guys.
Yeah.
I
I,
It was
love
like this big, guys.
I love the what is the narrator, the whatever words, the hard to believe narrator.
The
Yeah.
unreliable
Unreliable.
narrator. Unreliable. Yeah.
Yes.
So he was like a little smug, and he was like smirking, and then he like looked at you, and then he looked at me, and then he like vanished. So he
That-
looked a
this
lot
morning?
like you this morning. Well, you walked away.
the conversation is over.
You don't like talking to me. This is the longest conversation we've ever had.
You notice that some of the birds have stopped making noise as Prisha is screaming.
I wanted to tell you, but you don't like me.
Okay. That's all I say.
I didn't want to upset you. Anyway, he's not here now, but I see dead people, and so I thought maybe he was dead, but
Wait,
I'm now kind of
he's
thinking...
dead?
No
Well, I'm
perception
kind of
checks
thinking-
for anybody else. You all are hearing this, by the way. Just
He's dead and he looks like me?
No, now, well, if you'd let me finish, I kind of don't think he's dead now. Like, it kind of seems like if he was dead and he looked like you, he would be following you, and he's not here, so he obviously isn't dead. So maybe he can go in and out of whatever the dead place is.
Wait, who did the dean kill? What's going on?
Nobody!
Well,
Today.
somebody.
Someone else
The
is
dean-
dead. What is happening?
Yeah, Jen's gonna come up with a spear. Who died?
I think Priscia's gonna recount the entire thing again.
And the story changes. The fish is this
And
big.
now
Yeah,
the
now
fish
it's
is
this big.
Donzig goes up to Ianthe. Goes, what happened?
Okay, Danzig, I didn't know you could speak.
And Prisha recounts it
I'm
again.
like rubbing my eyes. I'm like, I don't even know anymore.
Ianthe, there's only one person I've heard of that looks like me that's cheerier than I am.
And is supposedly
It was
dead.
nice to
but-
see
And
you
is supposedly
smile.
dead. It's the one that your mother seems to be attracted to.
Is that your hot dad?
Okay, enough.
Gross.
Wait, there's someone
Hold on.
hotter than Adim?
Yeah, his dad
Yeah,
apparently.
his daddy. Yeah, Adim's daddy is like hotter than him.
I hate this
Yeah.
conversation. I hate this.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
So do I.
Adim's
One
daddy
line
is the
here.
same as Ianthe's. Yeah.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
It's
but
funny
like,
because I don't
Daddy.
think
But
Prisha
in a very-
really
Daddy?
but in a very serious tone. How do you guys feel
Like
about step
actual
parents?
I pushed
Are, is
her
that
in.
cool? Like,
Not
are you guys?
to hurt him. I just pushed him. Like, stop.
Oh no.
Grian,
Stepbrother.
you're-
Anyway, so
Grian, you're learning that Prisha attuned to the staff to be able to see this person. You're just kind of looking at the staff like,
Hmm.
hmm.
you know what's
Hey,
funny
yo,
is
when
I
you're
don't
done-
think Prisha has any concept of like that Adim is like hot. I just think she hears everybody else say it.
Yeah, right. I love that. I love that so much.
Just for fun.
Well, I mean, he smiled. It was a nice smile.
Yeah, that's not me. Okay.
I'm sure you have a nice smile, Adim.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen it. Okay, I'm
Never smiled before.
Hold on. Adim, have you ever seen your reflection now? This is a
Of
bigger
Make him
question.
smile.
Of course, I see my reflection. I jump into water all the time.
It's true.
Do you never smile when you jump in the water?
I rarely have reason to. I grab my pendant,
Okay.
my amulet,
Yeah.
and I will focus on a shark.
Do you need
Krisha
help?
will turn on
I'm
her, like-
contesting this role right now.
Krisha will turn on her dead
And
sense.
when Ianthe says, "Do you need help?"
DM
I
dice
just
game.
nod yes.
All right.
Okay, fair. You have advantage on this.
What am I rolling?
I would say religion.
Oh, okay. Second roll was a nat 20.
Oh.
Nice.
Well, I rolled a 2, so
Well.
Wow.
Well, damn, a bad roll again.
interesting. Interesting. What do you say?
I just say, Ashar, I would like to speak with you.
Papa, let's talk.
I don't have much time.
Okay, so I when I hear his voice, I just look at Prisha and kind of do one of these. Like, oh goodness.
Prisha, you look around, you do not see him.
Okay. So as she gets red in the face with like faux concentration, because it's not necessary, but she thinks it is, she's just gonna look at Adim and just go.
One of my
You see in the like far distance that humanoid sort of figure, like just sort of kind of like walking, looks over his back, sees you staring, and just drifts off into nothingness.
One of my friends thought she saw a spirit that looked like me. Was it you?
You know I've held a guiding hand towards you. This shouldn't be a surprise.
Nevertheless, I know you don't. You said we don't have a lot of time. Ianthe and I are about to enter Zajar. If that is something you need to know.
I pray to see you on the other side, one way or the other. Good luck, son. And you feel the connection break off.
So the party sees me about to say something, and it gets caught in my throat when he calls me son. I'm like,
Does it look like pride or like you're gonna
No.
retch?
like I don't know how to deal with that word used in my direction. That's how it looks.
Team.
So I let go of the amulet. Oh,
Prisha.
Oh.
No, just say Prisha, roll me a stealth check. Or deception, either one.
One of those is 1 point higher than the other. That would make it a 6.
For
Deception.
cool. Deem, I do imagine your passive insight is probably higher than a 6.
Passive insight is a 10. It's not great,
10.
but it's a 10.
Okay. Prisha, if you were to see this figure again, would you be trying to hide it from a Deem as it is looking at you and just shaking its head no?
I think Prisha would try really hard.
Yeah, cool.
For
So,
6.
Adim, you see
Go,
Prisha. You see that. You see that.
Oh, he's here now.
It's over there.
Now arms folded, looking a lot like Adim. That's being mad at you.
God, he looks like you. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so
I did roll in that
now
one. That's what we're rolling with, guys.
he
Beautiful.
told me that I shouldn't be surprised that he's around. He said that he hopes to see us on the other side one way or the other. I was going, yeah. I looked at Anthony's reaction, go, uh-huh. And then I was going to say something else to him, but then he said, good luck, son. But apparently he's still here, so maybe he can only talk so often. I don't know. And yes, Danzig, I know. It's very confusing.
Prisha, from your
I believe Danzig has true sight, so I feel like he might be barking at these ghosts.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
yeah,
shit, yeah.
actually, I haven't had to think about that in a while. Yeah, Danzig is barking like crazy at the area of where Deem is, which seems to be maybe about like 10 feet back, a little bit higher up on this like hilltop that you're on, and is like kind of like not staring daggers at you, but like a mixture of like of annoyance and disappointed, Prisha. And then you see his face softens a little bit as Adim is talking and references Ianthe, and he looks in her direction and his face softens slightly. And then
When
looks
he
back
gets
to
killed,
Deem.
I'm
on
going
her
to be
staff.
furious.
What?
Two things happened at once, and I don't know what either thing happened.
Oh, I just said if he gets us killed, I'm going to be furious.
What's going on?
And Prisha
Kristen,
just,
you
like,
look like
leans on her
you're love struck. What's going on?
Me? Oh, well, I'm just gonna look over at him again, and then kind of make a face, be like, I think he's mad at me, or sad at me, disappointed. I don't have a dad. I don't know what that looks like.
Neither do I.
And then
And why?
If you let me borrow the staff, I'll let you know what that looks like.
Both of you say neither do I. And the expression doesn't change, but it does seem to turn to granite in having to take that hit.
I think Prisha might feel that one a little bit. I think she just goes, "Aw, aw."
Okay, well, since he's listening,
Hi.
hey Ashar, I wish I knew you well enough to call you my father. How's that? I honestly wish I knew
She's
you that
talking
well.
to Ashar.
He looks down and disappears.
He's gone now.
Piss somebody else off. Okay, well, may as well be my dad.
It definitely
Honestly,
didn't
I
look
don't
like
think
anger.
that had a
I'll
lot.
tell you that. Yeah.
What?
It definitely didn't look like anger when he disappeared.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's sad and needs comfort, is what we're saying. It's fine.
Tyrion, in the meantime, now getting a little closer to the staff, like, hey, can I?
Okay, well,
No!
Ianthe, at least it seems
Everyone is thirsty for our dad.
right? If I had that
Prisha just
charisma.
wants to be everyone's
You
therapist.
got his
even
charisma,
though-
his magic. I got his green skin. So,
I'm out. Jed's not thirsty for your dad. You're okay.
It's nice skin.
yeah, you haven't met him. You never know.
Fair.
Ianthe, at least we're going the right direction.
I guess, yeah.
That's good to know.
Well, he probably won't trust me now that I told you that he was there when he asked me not to tell you that he was there. But if he's there again, I'll tell you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Just a thought.
Adib is having a conversation with me. Yes!
I had a full conversation with you about your armor.
Like a whole
Yeah,
week
but I
ago.
wasn't
We had a full
I wasn't
conversation.
really cognizant during that. She was freaking out.
Hey, Prisha.
Now she's not freaking out.
Just a thought, right? We're going into some place called
Come
the
on,
Deadwood,
Danzig.
where nobody's come back alive. So
Puppies.
it's probably not a good idea to see dead people there. There's probably going
Just
to
to
be a
recap,
lot.
Adim and Ianthe have
time
no
out.
interest.
Time out, Kay, because I don't think you're hearing Nathan.
Can you hear me?
Is Nathan talking?
I've been talking
Yeah.
this whole time. No.
Go ahead and just jump out and jump back in. Yes.
I'll probably have to agree with Jet. I don't know if taking the power to see dead people into a place called the Dead Forest is a great
Where
idea.
notoriously no one's come back alive.
Maybe turn it off for a minute.
That just seems overwhelming.
Actually, I mean, it's going to be weird coming from a team, but that seems like the perfect thing to have going on. Maybe that's what attacked everybody and they couldn't see it.
I will say this, just for clarification, in case this gets mangled up in the cross-campaign sort of things. There is a dead forest. It's not this. So if you wanted to call it anything, I'll say it was not established in-game, but you could call it the Black Forest. But just to make sure above board, so everybody knows, it is not the Forest of the Dead or the Dead Forest. That is in Shadowfell.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, we went there.
All Jet was saying was we're going into a place that is notorious for nobody coming out of. And there's probably a lot of dead people. And so it's probably not a great idea for Prisha to be seeing dead people going into a place full of dead people.
And I counter.
Prisha, did you hear that? Okay, did you hear that?
Prisha, did you hear it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I countered with admittingly that it was weird for Adim, saying maybe that's what killed the other people who went in here, not being able to see the dead, and it might be a really good idea if we could see what was there.
So just, check it out, and if it's overwhelming, just, you got it. I trust you.
That's exactly what I was going to say, and Prisha's just going to thumbs up at Jet.
Perfect.
Also, are you sure that this plant that you showed me could actually, were you serious when you said you could put it on, you could coat arrows and then shoot somebody and they wouldn't know they got shot? Is that real?
Above board, I was Prisha for a second, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Yum, was that true? Not the walk away.
Yeah, that was true.
Prisha's gonna grab. Is it like a plant or is it like a processor?
Time out. No, we said above board. Like Prisha does not know if that worked or not.
Great, great. Prisha's gonna take it. Just let me double check. It's gonna like. Yeah, that should work.
The Jet's gonna take some and coat his spear with it.
Great.
Oh, jeez.
Great.
All right, so do we keep going, or do you guys want to camp here before we get too far?
I don't really want to camp in the shadows of these cliffs. If we could maybe get past them a bit, I'd feel better.
I would say get further if we're in a camp. I don't want to sleep in there. That seems silly.
I mean, going further
really
means going in
why
there.
You guys are so freaked out about it. It's just like weird, but like not so like scary. Is there something going on?
I think the gods might have played soccer.
We don't want to join their ranks, Prisha.
Well, that's what we have a tower and some bubbles for.
Like bubble bath or bubble?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Although I'm not going to bubble the baths themselves, so if you are taking a bath, you might be exposed to ghosts.
Ugh.
Okay, so then we'll keep going, and we won't camp at least the first night in the woods. We'll just camp right outside of them.
I mean, as soon as you pass those cliffs, you're in the woods.
Ah, shit.
So it's here or never. Got it.
It's here or
Right.
you're in it.
There.
What time of day is it exactly? Would you say, Joe?
It's about 7:30. Like if you were to kind of cross over, because I think you said you're about a mile away. It'd be about 8:30 by the time you get in there.
8:30 p.m.
Mhm.
Let's camp here since it's already pretty much night as it is, and then get our strength, and then go in both barrels tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Where do you have 2 barrels at?
Well, I don't have barrels. I just got bottles, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like,
So we'll
either
go
way,
into
we're all
bottles.
getting fucked up. Hmm?
You guys set up camp. I'm
Yeah.
just beating us along because we want to get to that 10-minute.
Yeah.
So as you guys set up camp, having a campfire around, I'd like everyone to roll me a perception check, DC 25.
I can hit it as a 20.
It's a 22 for me. Oh, Prisha got 25.
25.
Nice.
18.
16, which is not bad for me.
Got a 3.
Not the 3 from Jet.
Wisdom's not my strong suit.
Okay.
I
So
rolled
as
a
you all are bedding down
22.
for the evening, cool. As you all are bedding down for the evening, you're consistently every once in a while, I think for those of you that rolled relatively pretty high, you're kind of like staring out towards what's ahead. And I'll say for those that rolled, Jack, I'm gonna mute you just. For those that roll a 15 or above, you notice that as darkness comes, you notice that you can still see the woods, even in the darkness, as if there's some sort of bluish, purplish light. It reminds you of that natural sort of like light from stars or the moon that's there, but it's, you know, you turn to the other side looking towards like the grass fields and the forest beyond that, and you can't see past, 60, 70, 80 feet for those that have dark vision. But here, camped out a mile away, you can still see the forest, the dead trees that seem to be, for some of you, beckoning you in. Prisha, you don't sleep. So where are we? Where do we find you?
I think Prisha, regardless of whoever kind of stays on watch or the rotation of watch, however they do it, I think Prisha's always just awake.
Mhm.
So I think that she's, if we've made camp with the tower, then I think that she's in the tower. Probably on the ground floor, which I assume is that the baths or is that like an entrance?
You describe it. I mean, honestly, this is like
Okay.
This is the scene. You're in charge.
Okay.
You're the DM.
Great. Yeah, I think Prisha is sitting probably near a fireplace, kind of sitting crisscross, holding the staff in her hands. I think she's just kind of ruminating on it, trying to get a grasp and familiarize herself with the magic that kind of just washes off the staff. So there's probably some like just ambient magic kind of like dripping off her hands almost with the staff as she just kind of tries to like feel it and get to know how to use it, because she feels like that might be kind of important going forward.
Okay. This is in. I'll say that like what I'm about to give you perception check wise in reference to the scene in front of you with the. So we'll say like, are you standing in front of a window there at that point then?
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a window out looking.
As you are seeing the image of the forest, the kind of like valley sort of dip that comes in, you notice that Ianthe's idea was the right idea. It's just at the wrong time. And as evening goes into midnight, you notice little whitish golden specks start to form out from the crevices of the rocks, standing up above the cliffside, peering below, closer towards the forest. All around, you see what at first looks like almost little bits of starlight. You notice that there are a series of them that are close together, paired. As you see, there are a number, somewhere between 20 to 50 pairs of eyes, glowing, staring at the tower, the smoking fireplace. You feel like they're looking right at you, as if waiting to greet you. And with that, we'll take our 10-minute break. See you guys in 10. We come back. The next day. We see a scene set out. Of 6 figures. 2 larger beasts on either side. All standing in a straight line. About to cross over the precipice. Into the forest below. Is there anything you guys would like to do or say before we get started?
Are the 6 figures us?
Yes.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure nothing's watching us.
Also, you're super loud for some reason.
It's my personality. Sorry.
A Deem,
I mean, something unleashed.
yeah, a Deem isn't really saying anything. He's just keeping his eyes open. He's not.
Okay.
I just want to grab the hand of whoever's next to me.
Who's next to you? Call it up.
We'll say Jet. And like give it a little reassuring squeeze.
That will return it, and then in his other hand, he's got the spear. And he's gonna kind of swap it over and kind of offer her to grab onto it and see. It feels like home. Try it out.
Okay. Nice. Thank you. Everything will be fine.
We can do this. It's just a creepy wood, right?
Right. I've survived a creepy forest a couple times. This one's no different.
It's no different, except for the fact that this is the place where nobody comes back alive.
Thank you, Brisha.
But no different.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to start taking notes.
I genuinely cannot tell if that was Nathan or Jet.
That was probably not Nathan.
Any words or thoughts before traversing?
Let's go.
As you all enter, I'd like you all to give me a group stealth roll.
For my, is this considered dim light, Joe?
No.
No. Okay.
Is it dark?
It is. I would say for the stealth that you're keeping from these figures would not be affected by the dark.
Well, I rolled a 7, so they see me.
13.
13.
21 for Jet.
15 for Titian.
19 for Trisha.
I used my inspiration because I rolled a nat 1 and now I have a 12.
12. 13. Titian, what'd you get?
15.
15. Nadim, 7.
Correct.
I can't remember who got the 13, but whoever's number did not shout out. Pretty sure what was yours?
19.
19. That's what I missed.
Might as well be wearing bells walking into this place.
I'll let you go. The average. I'll let you guys know the average is 11.
Yeah.
I got better than the average. Come on now.
Oh my god, is that a box of doom?
It's an 11.
It's an 11 on it too.
Guys, we have a dice cam.
As you guys venture in, the feeling at first is fine. A little cold. You see there's a dirt pathway here. Just interesting. There's been no pathways leading out at all. You see the black trees that seem to be swaying in a wind that you no longer feel. But at first it feels overrated. You guys move in 30, 50, 100 feet. Ianthe, given the feelings that you felt leading up to here, you can't help yourself. You look back behind your shoulder. And it's this moment where you know, against all logic, you know what you're going to say. And you look behind you and you see nothing but more forest. Path out is gone. As you guys are walking, starting your journey, there is some moments of steep decline. So you guys are having to walk into what feels like this sort of momentary valley. The trees around, as I said, at first just seemed to be just dead trees, but as you're getting further and further in, you notice that they seem to be almost grasping hands with each other, greeting you all in as a triumphant journey home. You notice a few of them seem to reach over as if trying to give you momentary shade from the sun. Where is the sun? Being so used to being under heavy canopies of thick leaves, you're aware of forests getting dark, but not like this. Not with... These trees have no leaves to speak of. And you see through, looking straight up through the pathway between the branches, you see a sky without clouds, without the reflection of that blue atmosphere. You just see the nighttime sky. see the space and stars. I'd like you all to give me a perception check.
Hey, Ianthe.
Yes.
Is now a good time to tell you that I think you might have been right?
I always love hearing that I'm right. Thank you.
Do you want to know what about?
I don't know, do I?
Well, I saw lots of eyes last night around the forest. So I think that your theory about what lives in the trees being little fey creatures might have been right.
Upon
The
hearing
fuck
this,
should I
you
know
all
that?
instinctively look around, check your six, try to see if there's anything that's in the trees that are spying on you. I'll say no matter what you rolled, you come up empty.
So
Yeah, shout out what
Sorry,
your perception
guys.
check was.
that's creepy. Green got 20, a dirty 20.
15 for Jet.
15.
15 for Brisha.
15
19 for
Titian.
me.
19, 15, Ianthe.
18 for Adim.
Good
Why
start.
couldn't that have been our stealth check? Come on.
As you guys move forward, there's a moment that I think you all seem to kind of catch at the same time and all sort of instinctively try to hold the others back, giving them the sense that you see something that they don't. But you see a cart off to the side of the road, covered wagon. That's it at this vantage point. About maybe 100 feet or so from you.
I think Prisha's gonna tune into the dead sense. Just to kind of like see if there's anyone surrounding the cart as they get closer.
Is the cart on the road?
No, it is not. Also, as you guys get nearer toward the cart, you see Don. You hear Don's like immediately starting to bark, but in all directions.
Hey, Joe. I would like to let off a divine sense right now.
Okay. What is that sense?
Action, you can take good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hollow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead, or fiend undead within 60 feet. That is
Celestial
not
fiends and
behind
undead.
total cover. Hmm?
Okay. Celestial fiends and undead.
Yes.
Okay.
These are all celestials, right? Oh, every single one of them.
When we define celestials, typically we reference celestia as the heavens, something that is holy, that is deemed to be above in a way of all senses point to greater than thou. And in that case, you do not pick up anything.
Cool. No undead at all either, huh? Okay.
this point.
Well, this place is super safe. Let's just not worry about anything, y'all. Let's party. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Prisha looks at the barking Donzig. You see it too, buddy?
Prisha, your ethereal sense picks up nothing.
Cool. Cool.
I think we should stay on the path.
100% agree with you, Grian.
Definitely.
Prisha, you hear Green say that, and as you look at them, you notice that they seem to have a black cowl around their head.
Grian does?
Mhm. You blink,
Stay on the path.
and it's gone.
Grian, what did you say?
I was saying I don't think we should step off the path.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
You want to know when weird things happen with we want to know when weird things happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably best if we do.
Okay, so Grian, I don't know if you're supposed to have like a shadow halo, but you did for a second.
A shadow.
Prisha, you would have noticed the black cowl reminded you of Denmother Heroes.
Oh, it kind of reminds me of Denmother's like hood. Just it was there for a second and then it was gone, but just keeping that. It was weird.
So it was a cowl, not a halo. Like it was a hood.
Yeah. I spoke.
No, I mean either way, it's weird. Was that it? Like that's all you saw, or
Yeah, that's it. I just yeah.
okay?
I would like to cast Detect Magic, please.
Sure.
Just as we're going as a ritual.
I would like to subtly cast Detect Thoughts and cast it around.
Detect magic lasts for an hour, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're casting it ritually, that means you're standing there for 10 minutes doing it.
Oh, okay, I'll just spend the spell slot then. 30 feet. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Hey, Ianthe, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does Detect Thoughts detect like everybody's thoughts around you or a specific creature that you're like focusing on?
You choose.
It can do either.
Yeah.
Vibes.
I'm
What are you
casting it
doing?
around. I'm not trying to focus on a specific person. Really, D&D Beyond? Do you want to freeze up today?
How deep are the thoughts? So when Ianthe uses Detect Thoughts, what like how deep is it isn't exactly the question. I'm wondering how vivid is it? Like are you just like hearing it in words or are you like getting a visual representation of what the person is thinking?
I
Like how
imagine, especially because
synesthetic is this?
I think for Ianthe, I think it's pretty simplistic because she's just doing like a general. I'm not trying to get information other than is somebody out there, and just general, like, what are they hostile towards us? Like, are they thinking hostile or not? So it's probably not for, I'm not like fully doing a deep dive.
Okay.
You also, like, to answer your question, Prisha, it would typically be words,
Okay.
not pictures.
Heard.
Okay. Anything else, or do you guys move closer?
The cart is, just for sakes, the cart is 100 feet from the path, or just 100 feet like forward along the path?
Looks like the cart itself is probably only about maybe 10 feet off the path,
Okay.
but it is 100 feet in front of you.
Can Donzig speak common?
No.
Okay.
Anthe casts Speak with Animals.
Gotcha.
He speaks Danzig.
Also, you're Nathan. Just heads up, your voice is sounding super weird, like robotic or really like hyper compressed.
I apologize. I was fighting with D&D Beyond. Did I get anything up from Detect Thoughts?
You did not. You're
It
within
would be
60 feet, right?
within 30 feet, I believe.
Okay. No.
If you're picking up anything from the party, I think Prisha's just repeating stay on the path, stay on the path, stay on the path, stay on the path, like real obsessively.
Yeah, I think I probably accidentally pick you all up, and I'm like, no, I don't care what you're thinking.
I think as we get closer, I'm going to ignore the cart. To like just not, literally just like not step off the path.
Closer. When you do, I'll give you more.
Okay.
Is anybody interested in seeing? Is anybody interested in leaving the path to go investigate the cart? That's the question I have.
Not at all. We do have to get closer to it to pass it, but I'm not.
You do have to get closer to it to pass it. So this is like,
Yeah.
I'll just to let you guys know, there's a choice you can make as you get more information. You don't have all the information right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
So this is
I might
within
be
100
interested
feet.
in like poking my head in.
All right, let's.
I could
No.
be intrigued to rubberneck.
Yeah, I'm doing Witch's Road rules. Like we're
Again, you guys don't have all the information yet. I promise. The question is, do you guys move forward?
Joe,
Yeah.
I'm gonna operate
Yeah.
with all the information that I have right now. No, I'm just, yeah, let's keep.
Even if there's more.
I'm game to keep moving forward if everyone else is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, right.
agree.
Until we learn something else. Yes.
All
right,
give me 1 second. I forgot something.
Joe forgot to get our battle
Uh-oh.
map ready in time, and
Yeah,
The
for
battle
real.
map with the big old dragon.
It's fine. Okay. Alrighty. As you guys get closer to the cart, here is what you see.
I knew it.
Purple.
In front of you is a covered wagon. And in front of that is a man holding on to a staff. He's about 5 feet tall, very thin, has a heavy hood over his head. You see behind him is, at first, seemingly it just looks like a bunch of sticks similar to like what you would see in a fish market, where you see these sort of hanging figures that at first look like fish, but you see that some of them seem to have, all of them have bags
Oh
over
no.
the end of the fishes near their heads.
Are you done with your description, Joe?
I'd say as you guys approach closer, you see the figure raises its head towards you.
Oh, good lord. Quick
He
question.
looks like Prisha.
What?
Have you mentioned bags?
In animal form.
Which for everybody else, no, absolutely not. I mean,
You mentioned
Okay,
bags.
that's where my mind went, so I'm glad you asked.
yeah, I have no idea what Kay is talking about. Very human looking man.
He looks moldy. It's what I was getting at.
Gotcha. Okay, well, yeah. Anyways, Adim.
Yeah, you mentioned bags on the ends of the fishes. Like, did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Have I ever seen that being done?
Never.
Okay, I just go keep moving. He's fine.
Are they
just like,
are they the size of fishes, or are they the size of smaller?
They look like the size of like largemouth bass, so they're probably maybe 3 feet.
How many of them are there again, Joe? Did you say there's 6?
There are 6.
Am I detecting any magic around?
You are. You're detecting magic from the cart. I would say, I believe transmutation magic.
So it's 6 fishes with their heads in bags, or 6 bagged fish?
6 fishes
The
hanging,
first one.
all of them with bags in their heads.
This feels like a dumb question, but so they're
No, go
not
for it.
alive.
I mean, we're above water, so assumably they're not.
I don't know if there's water in the bag. Okay, cool. Great.
One would imagine, Prisha, like they were, like it was a person that had a bag all over their head and then turned into a fish.
I mean, so both above board and in character. I'm gonna start above board and then move in character.
Cool.
I know Joe worked on this scene. Let's keep going. So like above board, I realized Joe put a lot of work in. Adim's like, and we're moving and we're walking. Like,
I mean, the figure is going to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have no
Please.
intention of talking to him right now, but we'll see. So,
Oh. Hello, travelers.
Hello.
Did you wander in here by mistake?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Oh,
We are lost.
well. In that case, I feel obliged to help you out. You see, I am supposed to be here wherever this is. To give you temporary solace for anyone who wishes to turn back. Just get into the wagon, and you'll be brought to a place safe and familiar. And you'll
If we don't
never
wish to turn
think
back?
of this place again.
And if we don't?
I imagine it's important for me to tell you what would be at stake. See, I
Please
have
do.
been here for some time. And that wagon is no longer for me. I count out there are 6 souls in front of me. I imagine that there's some connection to the fish I have hanging from my stick. Would
Did you
like
know
to
we were
choose
coming?
one? Did I know that you were coming?
It appears that you have a fish for each of us. Did you know we'd be here?
Maybe I did. I don't recall. Funny old forest. Stay in here long enough, you'll lose yourself.
We mean to continue on. What could you tell us? How do we safely get through?
If I knew that, I don't think I would be here. No, I would. The world outside. I know not of the danger it brings. Here, It is haunting, but it is familiar. Familiar dangers are the best kinds of dangers. You know what to expect.
I could agree with that. Is there any familiarity that you could grant us so that we know what to expect?
Perhaps these fish will help you on your journey.
Do they talk?
I hope not.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us. Can I do another? I'm going to do a detect on him, a subtle
Sure.
spell.
While she's doing
I think
that,
you still have it up from previous, right?
It doesn't last for long.
Does it last for a minute?
1 minute.
Yeah, I'll give you the minute on that because you're doing this coming up to this. You hear from him pretty much verbatim the same things he's saying. He does not seem to be all there.
Fantastic. Full crazy. We love it.
hey Joe, I would like to. I'm assuming I was more than 60 feet away from this cart when I popped it the first time. But now that we're close to this guy, I would like to do another just divine sense to cover all the bases.
Okay, cool.
This guy's creepy and he just feels evil.
Okay.
I think in the past I've described it as like it just feels a little like a very minor, almost unnoticeable like shockwave that goes out.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of 6 feet, sort of like, or maybe shockwave, or sort of like the from the Aliens movies, the radar. They just go to like that, sort of like just like pulse.
in this at this point, I will say you notice 3 spots of what looks to be like uh, essentially like what if you didn't have this come up, it would be like dirt piles that just like kind of like look like they were like just naturally sort of set there. 3 piles there kind of come off as undead. The figure that you're talking to is alive. And lastly, the cart. In a weird sense of having this kind of go out in an instance, but we'll say it like kind of takes like a full like 6 seconds sort of round. You get celestial, undead, fiend, celestial, undead, fiend, celestial, and then it goes out.
All from the car, just pinpointed right on the cart itself.
And it's reversing, and it's moving around. It's like once the fiend shows up, celestial disappears. Like,
Right. Okay.
Jet, you from your detect magic. I think it is. Conjuration.
Noted.
Yeah, I think pointedly, Titian, this guy's alive.
For now, at least, we'll see how the rest of the conversation goes.
Sure. I think at the end of that conversation was that there was fish that he was offering to you guys.
Yeah, and I'm gonna whisper to probably Titian next to me. He doesn't have an ulterior motive. I'm not really sure what the primary motive is, though. He's just fully insane.
Hey, friend. What is your name?
Are we friends?
Yeah, I'm Titian. You are.
I don't know. I haven't had to answer that in I don't know how long.
Right. So, what you want us to pick one of these fish here? Or?
Yes.
And it's still friends here, but what if we didn't and we just kept on our way? Would that be okay with you as well? All due respect, of course, friend.
I believe I am here to help your journey to be more memorable.
I just
to get you to where you truly want to be.
I doubt you know where I truly want to be, friend, and I'm just gonna say
No.
mm,
And he kind of like takes a step forward, and you see like the irises, the pupils of this figure are fully gone in the darkness that he's been sitting in for who knows how long.
Yep.
You see his teeth are crooked, broken in places, and very dirty. No. He doesn't step on the road, but he gets as close as he can, I don't know.
So, I think Prisha's gonna look over at Ianthe. How bad of an idea is it for me to, like, try to do that thing I did with Titian when he was seeing the afterlife? To, like, go up and, like, see if I can soothe him? How bad of an idea on a scale of 1 to 10?
I give it a 7.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad idea.
I think you should do it.
Okay. That's all she needs. Yeah, I think Prisha's gonna walk up next to Titian. And I don't think she's gonna step off the path. But I do think she's gonna reach her hand out past the path.
No, I'm just gonna immediately, like, as soon as Prisha reaches towards him, I'm grabbing her by the wrist and I'm holding it down. And I'm just say, no, not
That violent movement, he moves back all the way back to where he was at.
yeah.
Vibes.
I'm sorry, Prisha. I don't mean to. I don't think we ought to put hands on strangers in this area right now.
I was only
I thought
trying
maybe
to
I could.
help.
I'm sorry, what was that, friend?
I was only trying to help. Please don't hurt me.
I'm not going to hurt you. Please don't hurt us. Well, I think what would be best is if we all just sort of we meandered this way. Maybe you meandered that way, and
You don't
we'll just.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
I have to stay here.
Then we'll meander this way, and you can stay here, and we'll just have a swell old time all through our lonesome. We'll be thinking of you while we're down the road, I guess.
Very well.
Where do your fish come from? If you have to stay here, see any bodies of water? How do you come by your wares?
They are provided in a way.
Provided by whom?
I fetch them. Yes. I fetch them from pools of water. Beyond. If you are continuing
I'd like to
your
purchase
journey,
one of your fish.
very well. Choose. And
I'm going to choose the
gestures.
prettiest looking fish.
Okay. You point out a specific one. And you see him reach towards it. And about 3 inches away from his fingers, the fish is lifted off, as if he's picking it up, but he's not actually touching it. It's like it's disconnected from his hand, as if as if some weird sort of like lagging NPC, honestly. And he comes closer, a little bit slower now with the interaction between Tichy and Prisha. It's a 2.
What do I have?
I suppose now is a good time. And you see him smile, his teeth are not a pretty sight. Anthony, do you open the bag?
Yeah.
As you untie the bag, you see the shining greenish blue scales reflected against the light that's coming from somewhere. You see black hair fall out. A long, clean, beautiful strand. There's a part of you that remembers, that knows, but it can't be. As with a shivering hand, you continue to pull off the bag. And you see the head of your mother, Isabella. Eyes wide with fear, mouth wide open, agape. As if her last breath was of seeing the most terrifying thing she's ever seen. Do you like it?
Who are you?
I don't know.
Joe, can we all see this too?
Yes. I don't. The wagon has changed. I can take you to this moment if you'd like.
You take me to her.
Oh no! Oh
He
no!
sends a
No,
hand
no,
out, too.
no.
I am.
He's not smiling. I'm smiling.
Yeah. Hi, Anthony. Really bad.
You see him
story.
holding his hand out to you as if he's like helping you to like he would help you to stand up
Yeah.
to the covered wagon, fully as if like goes like full like. At this moment, I think you kind of like connect like this thing of like he's a driver.
I'm gonna walk up and grab Ianthe's hand. Thank you very much, sir, but I think we better go. Right, Aaron? We should go.
Do you not like it? I could tell them. I'll tell
How
them.
close to the path is he?
He is 5 feet away from the path.
So if I wanted to touch him, I'd have to. Is his hand still extended?
Say his hand's extended out, so yeah, there's a possibility if you're quick enough.
I want to take my bandage off and grab his hand with my cursed hand.
Damn.
Dude.
Okay.
Come on, y'all. Come on.
I-
All right.
We just want to touch the moldy man.
No, you don't.
Are we all going to take turns? Are we all going to take turns to touch the moldy man? Is that what this is turning into?
Not do that.
Nope. Not what this is turning into.
Want to see what everybody's fish was.
This is
You do.
this is happening. Just in
Oh.
case, I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Yay.
Oh boy, Adim has a 6.
I've got 8, so I'm not much better off.
It's okay, Adim. Prisha rolled a 2.
Oh god. Watch Andy.
This is what I get for rolling D&D Beyond.
I have an 11, Joe, and I think since Barb is there, Barb will share or go right after me.
Yeah, after you.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Chelsea, you can't do this. I'm crying at your mom's head in a bag. Like,
It's
you
not
can't
real.
do this to me.
I got a 22 initiative with a natural 20.
I'm just gonna let you guys know. I have no idea the numbers you're throwing at me right now. Give me a second.
I'm with Nathan though. I want to know what everyone else's fish is right
I
now.
want to know what my fish is.
Trying to make this be smaller. It's not doing that.
Something, something, something. If only there were someone who loved you.
I know, right? Like, if it's Pillkip, I'm gonna lose my mind. That's about the only other person. They killed the.
Well, you
the thing
just
is, he's so
gave him
lucky it wouldn't
Pillkip.
happen. Yeah, but he couldn't die because he's got so much luck on us. It's probably dirt.
No,
No, it's gonna be dirt.
it's gonna be dirt. I have forgotten about dirt. How dare I?
We have a camera down, unfortunately. So I'll do this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, Zoom.
I'm trying to crochet and my hands are shaking right now.
Oh no.
Okay. Let's get initiative V. Okay. Ianthe.
15. It was like the best initiative I rolled, I think, this whole campaign.
Tishian.
11.
Adim.
6.
Grian.
8.
Oh
Prisha.
no.
2.
Green, no.
Jet.
22.
And then I'm also next to Ianthe.
Donzik.
I don't think anyone rolled. I'll roll.
I gave one of you guys the stat block, right?
I might have been
Brandon, I
Chelsea.
thought I'd give it to you.
I don't have it.
I think I gave it to you, Brandon.
I don't have it.
Okay.
I rolled 11 though, so if you want to. Better than me, dog.
Okay.
Thanks.
Brandon, you want them?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Where you at? There you are. Okay. Cool. So Jet, you are first. And I will say this is, as you are starting the initiative, it is about the point of contact where Ianthe is about to reach out towards this figure.
2 things. Number 1, is the fish magical? Because I still have detect magic up.
Mm-hmm.
Is the fish magical?
or the face on the fish? Like, is there magic going on with the fish at all? Like, is it an
There's
illusion?
magic going on with the fish. I will say, like, there is a moment of like you're in an extremely high concentrated magical area, so it is difficult to kind of give you pinpoint exactly what is what. So I think you're kind of getting like there's magic everywhere. But yeah, there's magic and revolving around the fish.
I really, my only question was, is this an illusion? Was my main question with that.
That's not what detect magic specifically does.
But
Say
it
if
tells
you're
you what
looking for like a
magic
school
it
of
is.
magic,
Yeah.
it's conjuration.
Okay. Well, then you could conjure an image, but okay.
I will say also, just to give you a little bit more, as soon as Ianthe touched it was when this figure kind of turned back to the wagon and said like, "Oh, it's ready now. Like he can take you there."
Gotcha. Then Jet is going to prepare to cast Vortex Warp on if Ianthe gets pulled off the path, she's getting teleported back in. Is the main thing. That's
okay. You got it. Awesome. I believe Ianthe, you're next.
Great. I grab his hand.
Cool.
With my cursed hand.
Give me an Arcana check, and I'm going to tell you before you roll it, this check is determined how well you're able to control this.
Okay. We're doing pretty okay tonight. Great news. I've already burned my inspiration. Yeah. Arcana is a 22.
22. Okay, great. What would you like to do? What is your intention here?
I want to pull him on the path. And I want it to hurt.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second.
Hold on, I just realized, are you using Jericho's model from Brasslight?
Yes, I am.
Oh, no.
Yeah, y'all, we're
Oh my god, what
now.
if it's actually Jericho?
It's not. I'll tell you it's not. I'll give you straight up it's not.
No.
Spoilers for Brasslight, y'all. Dang.
That would be messed the fuck up if it was. Cool. So you pull him in. You feel immediately he starts screaming in pain as you pull him onto the path. A 22, the DC was 20 to be able to not kill him. So you see, as you see, like his, like the light starting to kind of like fade from his eyes, that like purple sort of light that's left over. You see what little hair he had left on him is starting to kind of fall away as he's looking skeletal in front of you. You are knowing exactly the point to be able to let go, or you can finish it.
No, I'll stay holding on.
So if you stay holding on, you're killing him.
No, I will grab him with my other hand.
Okay.
My non-cursed hand. He's old and frail. I'm gonna grab him by the throat.
Cool. Yeah, you grab him by the throat with the other hand, but you let go with that, and you see his body is deteriorating before your eyes, but he is still just alive. Mechanically speaking, he has 1 hit point. You gain 14 points of healing.
Cool. I forgot about that little mechanic.
So you're pulling him onto the path. As you do so, he is writhing in pain, but that's it. I will say you see no change in the fish, in the cart, in anything within your viewpoint right now where you're at, which I imagine is mostly centered on him.
Is using my hand an action?
I would say so, yes.
Cool. Yeah, I think I would just like kind of snarl at him, like, "Where the fuck is my mother?"
You hear a very raspy, deadened response. You recognize that you're not only necessarily taking away his like life force here, but you've possibly taken away years from this figure. His voice sounds raspier, darker, just very, or not darker, but like more shallow, as if it's hard to be able to push the breath out to make the words. I don't know. I do what they say.
Who is they?
It's too late. It's too late to turn back. It's too late to turn. It's too. And you see him kind of going into shock. And I'll say that ends your turn. Titian, roll my perception check.
I rolled out of the tower. Hold on. Yeah, perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
25.
25. You hear now at this point, Danzig is going insane, barking around, like continuously kind of like moving their heads around to kind of look all around. And now at this point, you start to see the eyes come first. These yellowish white pairs that seem to be coming out of this ethereal sort of nothingness. And then you see the rest of it, this blue figure extended like half beast, half humanoid. You see that its claws have like these odd sort of like paw prints, and it's like an electric blue all around, except for its hair, which is extended back like dreads or almost like tendrils, having a purplish sort of hue from them. And you see its mouth is more like mandibles as they open from the sides. Each one of these figures is about roughly 6 feet tall. Some of them are crouching, kind of coming towards you in a bestial form. Others are walking like humans. You see 6 of them closing in on you all.
When you say closing in, they are getting ready to fight us. They're not coming in an inquisitive manner.
They're closing in. I would say you're totally unsure. Some of them having the bestial sort of like formation to them, it does seem like more aggressive, but it's hard to tell whether or not they're here to attack you or to talk.
Everyone, and like I just get everyone's attention, and I draw them. I make everyone aware of them coming on that side. I'm assuming it's not I'm assuming we're sticking with initiative, Joe.
Yes.
Okay, so like even though you're giving me the perception check, I don't think I'm next in order.
Pretty sure you were. 20, 22, 15, 11, 6, 8, 2 is what I have.
I rolled like I rolled lower than that.
I have an 11 for Titian.
Yeah, I rolled an 11.
Yeah, so you're next.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's it. The 22, 15, 11, 6, 8, 2. We had
No, everybody just rolled real bad, honey.
We all rolled.
Some of us rolled 6s and 2s, so.
And I wasted my nat 20 on it. So
no, I can't be. Okay. No. All right. Shit. All right. I make everyone aware of what is happening. to make sure everyone's in the know.
Yeah.
I pull my sword and I get my shield. And which one of all of them does one look bigger, nasty, or does one look like the leader of the bunch at all?
No, they all look almost exactly the same. The only thing you see is that some of them seem to be walking like humans and others seem to be kind of like moving like beasts, but all of them seem to be similar. Extremely similar, actually. As you draw your sword, making kind of eye contact with one of them, as you see like their heads are very angular, so their eyes are kind of like slits on the side that are looking towards you. But you see, even as you draw your sword, you see it shake its head.
Okay. I will hold my action. I'll keep my sword drawn, but I'll keep it low, and I will hold my action. If any of these guys attack or seem to start attacking, I'm going to attack them in retaliation. And I'll do the same with Barb on my turn as well. We'll target different creatures.
Okay. So you say
Let me position myself in front of. I want to position myself near Ianthe in this moment.
Okay.
I want to sort of block her.
Yeah. From, because I would say they're coming on either side, so say you can choose one side.
Yeah, I want to. I'll choose the side that makes the most sense there strategically. But I just feel like she's off on her own and needs some support.
I'm also right next to her too.
Best strategically, probably just right in front of her there.
Yeah.
Okay. It is their turn. As you hear, not voices in your head, they seem to be directional, but they're coming from all 6 of them, talking as if one voice. As they say, we need a ferryman. Someone always stays behind. And I'll say, with that, some of them are going to move a little closer. They're all roughly within 10 feet of one of you. That ends their turn. Adim, you're next.
And I heard them say that?
Yes, you all heard them say that. So it wasn't like a voice in your head, but it was that sort of weird hive mind sort of thing that they all talked as if one voice. So you hear this in a very strange sort of stereo.
Okay. And I can attack without trying to kill somebody?
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Ferryman,
hold on, time out. What are you asking me?
I can attack without trying to kill somebody, like I can do non-lethal.
Yeah. The ferryman, like I said above board, he's like to 1 hit point.
Right. I don't want to do damage. What I'm going to try to do is push him off the path.
Okay.
That's
yeah, Ianthe's holding him by the throat.
That's so fine. I think I'm stronger than my sister. I hope. You know.
So this would be I would say this is a contest with probably not with this figure, with Ianthe.
Right. I will say let him go as I move to push him off the path. Hopefully she does.
Okay.
Well, my first roll is a 13.
Ianthe, do you let him go?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
You
And I'm not
push
trying
it.
to hurt him. I'm just trying to push him back.
Yeah, you push him off the path. He kind of staggers backwards, lands on the ground, as if lands flat on the ground, as if there is a huge gap of space between the road and off the road.
Okay.
As he lands flat on his back. Thank you. And
You're welcome.
you see the other blue figures stay where they are, but seem to pull back a little bit.
Okay. Good. I mean, I have another attack. I'm not planning on using it against any of the blue figures or him. I don't want to. My goal was not to hurt or kill him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have things I want to talk to him about. It's going to be a lot longer than the 6 seconds of my turn, or the 3 seconds that are left. So I will hold my attack because I have a second attack. I will
You
hold
can't
my.
hold because you have to hold an action, so you've
Oh,
already started your action.
okay.
Yeah.
Then I am done unless there's a reaction I have to make.
Okay. Got it. So is there anything, so to give you like this, is there anything that Adim wants to say as like a question or like a starting sort of prompt in the conversation?
I mean, Adima's a little bit of loss for words right now. She's not sure how to ask him something. He just says, "My father said that those who are left behind would find something here. Do you know what I'm talking about?"
You hear a response not from him, but from these creatures, now disjointed. They're not talking as one, but they are saying essentially the same thing in different times, as they all say, "Your father's waiting for you." So you hear, "Your father's waiting. Your father's waiting."
Okay, I take out my trident and I point down the road. Is he waiting that way? Or I point to the cart. Or is he waiting that way?
The figure that is closest to you
Mm-hmm.
nods.
Which time does he nod? Or just nods for both?
Just nods.
Okay, well, then I keep the trident in my hand right now. Just like I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I think that probably ends my turn. That's probably way more than the 4 seconds I had left.
Oh, good.
So,
Green and Dunzik.
For Green's turn, because I'm holding onto Ianthe's other hand. Ianthe, it's not real.
How do you know?
You can call her later, and if not, we can come back. Okay?
It looks so real.
Magic plays weird tricks on us. And I'm sure it's going to get a lot more fucked up in here, okay? But for now, we can call her later, okay?
Okay.
And then I'm going to I'm gonna use a healing light on our ferryman friend.
Okay.
And I'll
He's-
heal him for whatever this is. 8 points.
Okay. You see the time that seemed to have kind of like moved forward on him does not rewind. But he does seem a bit more, a bit stronger. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry.
In exchange, would you like to receive this gift?
No, thank you. I think it's best. I think it's best that we go.
Yes. Good luck.
Thank you. And then I'll hold I'll hold an attack action just if something comes near us, but that'll end my turn.
Okay. Pressure. I assume Dante doesn't do anything.
Yeah, no, I would. I'll also just command him to heal, and then
Cool. You got it. He's still growling at these figures, and you actually see he's like growling even behind them, giving the idea that there's probably more than just what's here.
I don't think Prisha is paying very much attention to these creatures at this exact second because I think that she's got the true sight on. I don't know if that's officially
It's
what it is.
ethereal plane, not true sight.
Thank you. She's got the sight on. And I think that she's looking specifically for Ashar. Because I think that she wants assurance that what Ianthe just saw was not real. And he would, to the best of her knowledge, be the only one that knows.
Okay. As you, I'll say no action, as it's not stated on the thing that it is. So it does not require an action to do so. As you try to turn this on looking for him, you don't see him. And you're reminded of the last thing that he said. To Adim, at least, I think. I will see you on the other side, one way or another.
Okay. The creature that is closest to her, I genuinely don't think it matters if they're hive-minding it. How close is it to, like, the party? Like, they're pretty
all
close.
within 10 feet. They're all within 10 feet of you.
10 feet. Yeah, she's gonna look at one of them closest to her. Can we go?
You see the mouth open both sideways and long ways. If you choose. And it just answers you singularly.
Is it real? Fish?
You said is it real? The fish, is that what you said?
Yeah, I think she's just referring to the whole thing as the fish, but like the whole thing with Ianthe. But yeah, she says the fish.
Looks down at it. Unwavering expression. It could be.
But it's not yet. Should we go?
To the rest of them.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good. Go.
Notably, the figure that you say in response, I think that's to yourself and not to the creature, as it does not answer that.
He's still in initiative.
I would say in this moment, unless you guys are continuing, unless you guys are not continuing forward, we're out of initiative. But if there's
Okay.
something you guys want, if something that you wanted to do first, Jet, you could.
Jet wants to kind of take a step closer to the ferryman and ask, have you seen and give the description of Katsuda and Codex? Book with a gem, glowing, big, buff guy. Did he come through here?
I haven't seen anyone here in a long time.
Okay.
Anything else?
So many questions, but we should probably just continue.
That doesn't answer my question.
I
yes,
am
you
good.
continue.
Yes, we can
Okay.
continue.
You get it. Cool. All right. So with
I'm
that,
gonna chuck the head back at the feet of the ferryman.
Okay.
I'm not even looking back. I'm just gonna throw it.
you see him scramble to grab it, and you see from the corner of his, with this kind of like extended sort of sleeve that he has, you see him wrap a bag around its head and tie it tight. Go to hang it back up. Good luck. And with that, you guys walk off further down the road. As you continue, you start to hear the sound of laughter
From behind us or in front of us?
from behind you.
Okay.
Ferryman just starts laughing to himself. You guys walk forward 50 feet, 100 feet. You start to lose count. Nothing seems to get darker or brighter until you see something exciting up ahead, a break in the monotony. Covered wagon. And with that, we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, Jesus.
See you guys next week.
God.